What's that?
Go. Are we live?
Trainer scout, no tension. We are losing by the grace of God. Shamu, bayawa. No more, never set a new to me. Hey, Paddy, come and say this. This thing should be stable today. It should not be going and coming. Come and switch it.
It's okay.
It's moving back and forth.
It's stable. Wait, let me see.
It's not stable.
Hold on. There you go.
That's it. It's not going anywhere again.
Trainer scout, no tension. Oh, we are losing by the grace of God.
One more.
Trainer scout, no tension. Oh, we are losing by the grace of God. Alfred. I'm a brainwashing. Oh no more.
Guys, we are here. It is an emergency. No more.
Charlie.
For the first time in 20 years, we will not be going to the AFCON.
Whoa, Onineno. Ow. Jehovah, whoa, Onineno. Koni mafata. Oh, hey. Oh, you was about. Whoa, Onineno. Ow. Jehovah, whoa, Onineno. Koni mafata. Oh, hey. Friend, let's go.
Push.
DK, today for learn the songs.
Sing no. That's 2 songs now down.
Whoa, Nine,
No.
Jehovah, whoa, Nine,
No.
Kunima Fata. The meaning of the song is
Kunima
Fata. Jehovah Zebaoth. Where we have gotten to, Lord Jesus, raise your hand. Raise your hand. So that Ghana will be part of your sons.
Raise.
You want your mob.
Oh, coach.
Whoa, Nine,
No.
Jehovah, whoa, Nine, Canada Fata. Keta Hayo. Bring me my vest now.
No.
Charlie, don't laugh. I'm serious. No.
Oh, God.
Trainer scout.
No
AFCON. No AFCON yet. Trainer scout. No AFCON. We are losing
When again?
by the grace of God. Shabu, bawayawa.
Again.
Trainer scout. No AFCON. We are losing by the grace of God. Shabu, bawayawa.
My beautiful wife Salati says that the Jama is hitting the place. Wow.
Oh, Charlie, baby.
Oh.
Look, the man killed me.
Avine
solo nole. Oziana solo nole.
Afide solo nole. No AFCON.
Solo nole. Oh, no AFCON. No AFCON. Afine no AFCON. Oh, no AFCON. Afine no AFCON. Solo no Afine no AFCON.
Oh, AFCON, solo
No AFCON.
Blaster. Baba Blaster.
Have you heard
Langa bell.
One for the master.
One for the
One for the Blaster.
Blaster.
Are you ready? Yes, sir.
Oh.
One for the master.
One for the
One for Ket.
Nothing for Ket because she shout too much.
It shall be man.
Baba Blaster. Have you heard?
Oh, yes, sir.
Oh, one for the master. One for the cat. One for Okreku because he shot too much.
La 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 la.
La la la
La la la la. La 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 la. Oh, la 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 la.
Bibi Bessie, Bibi Bessie, Bibi Bessie, la la la, la la Bessie, la la la, la la la, la la la, no,
merci
merci, papa na merci merci, what Ket has done. Come and see what Okreku has done. Come and see what Okreku has done. Come and see what Okreku has done.
Padi agbewo. Aye. Oye musufen. Ó ṣẹ́ngbọ̀n mọ̀ cho ó bá gbé wọ lo ayé. Be sorry for this. When I say ayé, I say ayé.
That's right.
Let's go.
Ayé.
Oye musufen. Ó ṣẹ́ngbọ̀n mọ̀ cho ó bá gbé wọ lo
Ayé.
Oye musufen. Ó ṣẹ́ngbọ̀n mọ̀ cho ó bá gbé wọ lo gbogbo wọ́tà télémọ̀ kẹ́tì télémọ̀. When I say kẹ́ ó gbé wọ́tà then you go say télémọ̀ kẹ́tì télémọ̀.
Oh, God.
You know the meaning of the song? Viewers, listen to the meaning of the song. Ajẹ́
Yeah.
èmi bẹ́yẹ witch.
Oh, coach.
We make you
Who is
emphasize
that?
that.
Who is coach? Who is that? Which?
Oye musunfẹ́. It chop all our intestines.
Intestines.
Yẹ madeni na. Wedini na.
It's finished.
Ehwẹ ngbọ̀n mọ̀ sẹsẹ aka yẹ nipadua ne pẹ. Ghana.
Oh, Charlie.
Sẹ wẹ kunye wie a ẹna esua yẹ n'akọ sie yẹ. That's the meaning of the song. Ayé. Oye musunfẹ́. Ehwẹ ngbọ̀n mọ̀ cho bá gbé wọ lo ayé. Oye musunfẹ́. Ehwẹ ngbọ̀n mọ̀ cho bá gbé wọ lo. Kọ́gbé wọ́tà
Télémọ̀ kẹ́tì télémọ̀.
kọ́gbé wọ́tà
Télémọ̀ kẹ́tì télémọ̀.
kọ́gbé wọ́tà
O télémọ̀ kẹ́tì télémọ̀.
Charlie.
This is just comedies.
Charlie, let's enter.
GFE. Ket Okreku. Give me Ododompo. Give me the Ododompo. Give me the Ododompo. Ket Okreku. You came in 2019. What did you do? You sacked Kwesi Appiah. You brought CK. Promised us what? Agro ball. What became of it? I don't know. What I know for sure, you gave us bar for call up number 1, call up number 2, call up number 3, call up number 4, call up number 5. You told us he was the future careful when we questioned you. What became of him? He never played one. We went to AFCON. You sacked CK. You brought Milo. You said you like your Milo thick. What became of him? What became of him, coach?
Milo.
Matramakwe.
He became Matramakwe.
He said no Matramakwe things.
But in the end, he became Matramakwe.
And after, he said if you have CR7,
yes,
and you
show
have
him.
Messi,
Show him you called him.
And bring him. And when we didn't, he sacked Milo and brought Otoo. Took us to the World Cup. Refused the job on a permanent basis. We brought Chris Hughton. Took us to AFCON.
Disgrace.
Another disgrace. We sacked him. We brought in Otoo. In fact, we put our criteria. Oh, we said we were looking for top-notch coach. We sidelined those ones. Brought in Otoo Ado to build the future. We said he's modern coach.
Modern coach. He's going to
coach.
change the culture of our team. Your culture.
Look, my man, all the way from the USA, PK says you guys full pass for the podcast stuff. You guys they have fun, yeah, man. Oh, that's my man. PK Charlie. Bro,
like, look, I'm genuinely speechless. So as I'm sitting here, I have no idea what to do with my life.
The way we born.
This be for start time. Yeah, this be for start time. Just to start the program. Just to cool.
Just to come out.
Yeah, otherwise some way.
If not, the fire.
Charlie, this one be game changer. Phone power we get to know. No be joke.
No, he actually changed the game.
Just say what said.
Charlie, game changer. Phone power. No be see. I talk for this thing for Twitter. Boy say I say no, bro.
Look, can't they see who are those boys?
Look. We couldn't beat Sudan.
We couldn't beat Niger.
And it's not by accident.
No, they were far better.
Bro, that is the thing. You see, me I've always said it all.
Coached.
See, you can play a football game. You can be unlucky or you can have an off day. This wasn't an off day.
No, it wasn't.
This has been coming. This has been us.
We had one shot on target.
Charlie Opo, you see, as the early save we make with the referee, no see we give goal kick. No?
That ball will be go.
Asa in Keller, no?
Yeah, that
one.
If we go now, they go inside clean.
Quick. They outplayed us. They outthought us. They outcoached us. They everything. They had Charlie.
Sijo,
let's enter.
No more.
Bosu.
Granting.
Charlie.
You are going to watch the AFCON from home. Papa!
Emfa.
Papa. Daniel Cranton went to Morocco last year. Met a nice Moroccan babe whose father wanted to give her to, but see, Cranton is a responsible man. He had a wife at the time. But at least he struck a nice friendship. And he was looking forward to returning to Morocco next year in December. So that they can call him Papa. Oh. Now, the only Papa you will get is if your wife born before Christmas. Hey! Listen. We don't want to sound like broken records. There is nothing we are going to say here today that we have not said before. However, what we are going to say today, tonight, on this podcast, would be unhinged. It will be unfiltered. And the people, look, no playing the devil's advocate. Where the blame is, we will lay it squarely. The aim of this exercise is so that the ones who have ears to listen,
they should listen.
Will listen. We've had opportunities upon opportunities to reset our football. We got kicked out in AFCON in 2022 without winning a single game for the first time in the country's history. We came back. Instead of learning from that exercise, we did not. Hurriedly sacked the coach, put the team together, started the next qualifying series. We qualified for that AFCON. On the last day, we struggled to qualify. It was a sign. Then we went to the AFCON and we told everybody we're going to win it. In fact, before the first AFCON, we went to the president and told him to give us how much? $25 million. Because we believe we had a team. Went to the second AFCON, we got kicked out, we didn't win again. We came back. Opportunity to reset our football. In fact, we quickly put a committee together to bring the next coach, ignoring all the fundamental issues. And for the first time, there was resistance from stakeholders who cared, like Christopher Nimley and his people. Even demonstrations were held, telling them, put on hold the coaching hiring process and let's consult. They said no, they're haters of football. They are just pained. They are bitter people. We went ahead, put our criteria, went beside the criteria and hired a coach who didn't meet one. And then we said we were going to qualify for the AFCON. We also said that he could qualify for the World Cup. He's been back. Coach has been saying that the man is not good enough. Sicho and Daniel have been saying that the coach may be decent, but the environment will not allow him to succeed until we fix all the other surrounding issues with the national team. The people said, no. Everything is perfect. Like, you want to do statement. Told the players they are the reason we are not performing. It's not anything. It's the players. Because they should be beating Niger. They should be beating Angola. They should be beating Sudan. Because every other issue does not matter. What matters is the players we have. Well, history is a good judge.
Mm-hmm.
And today, everybody, every dissenting voice has been vindicated. Coach Nimley being the biggest one. I have sat here, I've argued with him. He has argued with Granting multiple times. Some of it genuine.
Last week I said, the bomb waiting to explode is Ghana not qualifying for the AFCON. The bomb waiting to explode is Ghana not qualifying for the AFCON. The bomb waiting to explode is Ghana not qualifying for the AFCON.
Are you crying or laughing? This is Michael Essence Blackstars. Giving up PS Blackstars. Mutari's Blackstars. I mean, the Blackstars.
Ali Mutari wayo, Magalese wayo. Aw baby jeta samwaja ngmeboyo. Aw baby baby ngmeboyo ngmeboyo baby asamwa ngmeboyo. Baele wa o, awa samwaja. Baby baele wa o. Baby o keto kreko.
Oh,
Wasuwodi. Oh, Wasuwodi. Wasuwodi. Say what you win is.
Yekasa wunti.
Wasuwodi.
Yekasa tra
Get
wunti.
Wasuwodi.
Yekasa wunti.
Wasuwodi.
Yekasa wunti.
Yes, Wasuwodi.
Yekasa wunti.
Wasuwodi.
Yekasa wunti.
Just take a crack.
Ompe.
Wasuwodi. Get to grab Wasuwodi. Get to grab Wasuwodi.
Ompe.
That's what you.
Blaster the ball match. Now only number.
Blaster ball match. Who look? The man destroyed our camp. After destroying our camp, viewers, listen.
Germany.
After he destroyed the atmosphere in our camp on Thursday, where the boys got completely deflated and couldn't run to win the game. Do you know where Ketokreku was today? He was in Germany, hoping that his Dreams FC in God We Trust players, who he had selected into the national under-20 team, he will go and be selling them. Look at what the general secretary to was. He followed a Kotoko select side. To where?
America.
To America. Look, God, he never did sleep down. God never sleeps. Oh.
No slumbers.
No slumbers. Yehovah. Waye nanado woda Yehovah nanado yewo dada yo ayo nanado woda dada yo ayo nanado woda. Look, God will never put his children to shame. He will always be there for us. When you are doing things and we are telling you, don't do it. Look, Ket is not more Ghanaian than me. If you like, we should go and get the best instrumentation to come and measure the Ghanaianness in Ket and in me. And we'll see who is more Ghanaian. It's about Pesamukunya, selfish interest.
Coach.
Oh.
It's a funeral. We're mourning.
Master, YouTube will strike you. Put that thing off.
Hey, Charlie, YouTube go strike you. Put that
Put
one.
that thing off.
Look.
No more.
Look. Fent. I am yo.
I'm dazed.
Ket Otoo must resign.
Let's begin from there.
We cannot keep. Look, if they are truly Ghanaian, Secho, if Ketokreku and Otoo are truly Ghanaian, the resignation should be gone. They should resign as we speak. Because I've never experienced this disgrace. And what made it even more serious is the fact that some of us, we saw the thing coming. It was a journey, and we saw the thing drawing closer and closer and closer and closer and closer and closer. And we're telling you, don't do it. We will land here. We will land here. We will land here. Don't do it. Show us a little bit of respect.
Just listen.
Just listen
And
and act accordingly.
Look, you don't even have to listen. Just do the right things.
Just do the right things.
No, if you don't, let's assume they
Look,
don't know the right.
I listened to
People
you
have been
yesterday.
saying the right things for a
I
long
listened
time.
to you yesterday, and I was telling Fen, you've been very hard, but at times you've been a bit diplomatic. People have to listen to you to know that this guy is speaking the truth. But yesterday, on that show, I told my brother, for the first time, I need not think through the things you were saying, because you were just like that. Bam, 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 bam. And that is what the people have called for. Last week we said, if this man decide not to support Otoo again, he's finished. Granting,
Oh yes,
this is the
said,
time.
he's Otoo's biggest disciple.
He cannot stay in the job. No disrespect to him. He's not up to the standard. It's about standard. There are levels to it. If you look at what is being done on the continent of Africa, friend, you were
By
in
other
Cote d'Ivoire.
countries.
If you look at the quality of the football that was displayed
And
in
today's
Cote
coaching, and
d'Ivoire,
the way Akwesiepe outcoached him was.
and you could clearly see that no,
The ball Sudan played against us. Organized, structured.
no, but me, I wasn't surprised because I'm on record.
Like
of
it
saying,
was
look,
a boy
Akwesiepe
against a man,
outcoached
really.
them.
That's a yes.
Like truly was a boy against
Against
like,
a man
I was
fight.
watching the game. I was like, it's like this is a pro coach against an amateur coach.
Exactly.
Like it was the difference
Like, it
was,
was-
vast.
With inferior.
And you cannot.
Yes,
Is it-
and that's
That's what
that's someone with an inferior.
noisy possession.
Yes.
We just had the ball.
Really
Sudan were
Unproductive.
comfortable.
They were just watching us because everything we're doing in front of them. And that is coaching. You said they were lucky, and they will not be lucky in the
That was so
very
naive,
disrespectful.
very naive of him to have said that.
And what that's
No two games are the same.
He rather compounded the pressure on the boys again by saying that, oh, these people, they were lucky. Go and show them that they were indeed lucky. So when the boys then went into the game and they saw that the opposition, the quality has changed. They were lost.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
didn't know how to.
They just changed
Now,
their approach.
you who said your opponents were lucky, you were now supposed to coach them through
React.
how to react. And then
So even psychologically,
He's-
that was poorly managed.
very, very poorly managed. And like I said, the man who orchestrated that bad atmosphere in our team left the team and went to Germany. I'm talking about Ketokreku.
To go and follow under 20.
To go and follow the under
yesterday
20 who were walloped 5-1,
5-0.
5-0
in a friendly.
in the friendly
Against Germany.
Against Germany. 5.
What are you
Because
doing there?
there are some few players of his in the team. He's going to see whether they can catch the eye of the scout so that he quickly strike a deal.
But Coach Angon, the team is preparing to play Wafu.
Here. In
Wafu,
Togo.
Wafu Zombi in Togo. Then, in the wake of the preparation, you've flown them to Germany. Like the sense in friendly games before tournaments is to know the opponent you are playing.
Yeah, you
find similar opponents.
Exactly.
So when you fly a group of young men to Germany to play against German under 20, and you're coming to play in the waffle, it makes no sense. Like, it's so stupid because
the disconnect.
Like,
it's too huge.
You are in waffle zone B. You could have easily gone to the zone A
and
pick
play
a couple of teams who match the strength of the team you're going to play,
How do you
and
call
then
it?
just
How do you call that in teaching? TOK, transfer of knowledge.
Look,
How will the knowledge they will gain from playing against Germany, and play
it's
against
of no
like-
relevance now.
yeah. Look, if it's just
It's of no relevance.
If it was just any international window
We
and
accept
they
that.
had no assignment,
We accept
but
that.
when you are prepping for a tournament, you pick
don't
your
do
friendlies carefully because it builds you up to the competition. So
Exactly.
you don't go and kill their momentum against a far superior team like
Completely
Germany.
got
All of them
them
5-0,
walloped.
and they come
Confidence
with
down
that
from-
momentum into the competition. It's so stupid. Like, I've not seen any FA make stupid decisions like this ever in my life.
Yes.
It's so
Hold on.
No, that is the correct word.
I didn't say the word is wrong. I just said the issue.
No, that
I'm
decision
saying
was
that.
a
I'm saying
stupid
that.
decision.
No, I'm trying to say that the fire in him, it's hot.
It's not fair. It's not fair.
It's not
I'm just
fair.
saying that it's stupid. Like,
It's a stupid decision.
I heard
based
you.
on the fact
heard
that
you. I
you are
don't have a
preparing.
problem with the word at
Look,
all.
and the reason I'm saying it's stupid is because this is not a senior national team. This is the under 20. At that stage, they are still young. They are still going through.
Allow them to do. Even your presence there will put them under unnecessary pressure.
When they lose games, it means a lot to these young
Yes.
players, right? Like, to get them out of the losing of that game is not that simple. You start the competition on Thursday. I think the competition starts on Thursday.
Yes.
And then on Monday, they are playing in a game against a German side who they are virtually not going to learn anything from as far as opponent strength and likability,
Technique,
is concerned, right? And you send them there to prep for a competition. It's just stupidity. I don't see any other word I'm going
Very
to use
stupid.
to polish it. And now these boys have been walloped. They'll come down now. You have to push them out of that defeat. Get them ready for the waffle competition.
lag.
Like, why do you go to Germany when you're playing a competition in Togo?
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
They also
Like, doesn't
lost
really
to
make
Switzerland,
sense.
By the way,
Yes.
2-1 their first game. So I want
Wait,
to see
they did what to what?
They lost to Switzerland.
Oh yes, I thought you said they won. That's what. They lost
No,
to
I said
Switzerland.
they also
Like,
lost to Switzerland,
yes.
by the way.
And so now, wait. So they came back to the country on Tuesday, like today.
Yeah, today.
They're coming back today. They've got only tomorrow, and then on Thursday, waffle starts. Like, and that is how it's a perfect example of how we've been like recklessly running our football under this administration. It's just nonsense through and through.
Coach, the issues are many. Let's begin from the FA point of view. That's what you were talking about. How have they led us here? I mean, we're familiar with a lot of the issues, but with this particular non-qualification to the AFCON, what was the FA's biggest? What were their biggest mistakes in leading us to this point?
Arrogance.
Arrogance. How so?
Arrogance because there are precedents. We've gone to 2-3 major tournaments. We've been so shambolic. A sensible leadership would have sat down and do proper evaluation. Look at how long it took them after our last AFCON exit to quickly be in the haste to get a coaching replacement when they had not even analyzed the technical report of the coach they had just sacked. So arrogance, and the arrogance comes in again when almost every single Ghanaian said, wait. By then, Akwesi was available.
have handled it on an
I told them
interim
that
basis.
give the job to Akwesi on an interim basis. He will take it. And let's diagnose our problem.
Wait, was the AFCON earlier this year?
No, the
It was
AFCON
earlier
was-
this year.
It was earlier this year, January.
Kwesi wasn't available.
No,
He
was
took
it
the
earlier
Sudan
this
job in
year?
September last year.
Did you play the AFCON this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, this year,
2024.
earlier this year.
2024. Okay.
So Akwesi had just taken the
He had just accepted the
the
job
Sudan job. Yeah.
in Sudan. But whoever you are going to appoint, we say, look, make it a temporary. I think we had like 2 games. We had friendly games. Mikai.
We didn't play that friendly.
We had friendly games to play.
That window, we didn't.
We played 2 friendly.
Yeah.
We had friendly
Match.
games to play in March. We said, look,
Uganda and
Otoo
Nigeria.
played
yes,
against
we,
Uganda
so
and Nigeria.
put an interim man in charge whilst we quickly go, because we needed to fix the problem. It's becoming a trend that we could not allow to continue anymore. They refused, they disrespected us, and you could see The arrogance in the president, in the spokespersons of the FA, anytime they got a chance to speak on the matter, they were so disrespectful to the people of this country. One, yesterday, I listened to your program, something that I've always cried about. Our juvenile football is dead. I was so happy when you pointed that out.
She just said
Look,
that, yeah, last week again we discussed this matter.
I am into juvenile football. I eat, drink juvenile football in Ghana. I have a team that
Young
is
Argentinos
actively involved in juvenile football. There's no juvenile grounds in Greater Accra that I don't know.
That's right.
I've been to everywhere. The sort of juvenile football we used to enjoy is not the way it is now.
No.
The true juvenile teams that are playing in the league organized by the Ghana Football Association, none of our players is given a look in when it comes to the juvenile national teams. We don't know where they do their selection from. We don't know how they select players.
I know, and I'll tell you. Do you know what? You see, first when they came in, they were arrogant, and you see a lot of the players' visions, still believe and everything. So it became. So what they do now is they are friends, right? So they will loan their players, from maybe still believe, so that people don't trade. They'll loan their players to Danny Crown team's team. Then I'll loan my player to coach's team. So the player doesn't. When I'm calling the player comes with another club's name, and nobody can trace that club to me. No, it's my player. Deceiving? That's what they are doing. And they know.
And you know what they
the people at the FA,
one
they
of
know.
the things
so that we don't see that.
So we don't trace it.
Dreams
so
is attached to their names.
Thank you. So if you check the recent column in the last 2 years or so, you rarely see still believe or the clubs that are very very close to them. You see players and you're thinking it's a nationwide thing.
Their players.
No, it's their same
One
players.
of them, Bernard.
Oh yeah.
And do you know what they
fantastic,
Bernard, 3 players.
fantastic clients.
You know what they also do? They will just select teams belonging to members of the ESCOs. I say my team is playing in the Coast League, in the Premier Coast League. I can give you several photographs of games my team have played where my players have been voted man of the match. Why do you do that? You give these players these accolades because when it comes to selecting players into your national team,
for best
they are the
performance.
players you tend to fall on.
Best
and then you
performance.
assemble all of them into one basket, then you would trim the number down to the very best. They'll give the players the man of the match severally. In the Juvenile Premier League, now when it's time to select players into a national team, then they'll look at those members of the ESCO members, their teams. Then they'll put all of them together. Then they'll go to Medina. The last one, they did it at the Medina AstroTurf.
yeah.
Only teams belonging to the ESCO members.
Who are you
And their friends.
And their friends. And then they'll get those coaches who they have attached, who are so hungry. They are so hungry just that they cannot stand up.
Yeah,
like
but they are doing a job they are not paid for. And the minister will tell you why should they be paid when
why
you sign a
should they pay?
contract.
When
that
you
has-
agree to that contract.
Your contract.
So,
that
bribe.
is-
Yes, sir, master. Yes, sir, boss. Bribes.
So basically, they are doing
Bakwesi Febin told all of us.
mercenary job.
Mercenary job. And then when they score the players, then they will select.
You
So
can't select
Mark
teams like
Addo
that.
has his players in there. Randiabe has 2 or 3 players in there. Ketokreku has 3 or 4, 5 players in there. Osaka has 3 or 4, 5 players in there. Just how do you do that? Are you the only people deserving to eat football money? So the rest of us will curse you. We will curse you that nothing of yours will succeed.
Right, coach, you've guessed them.
Until you listen, you suffer. Until you listen, you suffer. Until you listen, you suffer. Do you know? I have been doing coast football since 1995. Granting, calculate how many years this?
95.
That's 32 years.
29 years.
No,
29 years.
Yes. When I was in JHS. I was in JHS when I was doing coast football. Today, Lawrence Atizigi, who is the #1 goalkeeper for the Black Stars, came from my team.
Young Argentinos.
They have hijacked the boy. I'll say it today. They have hijacked my own player from me.
You mean you don't have access to
I
your
don't
own
have
player?
access to Ati. I'm telling the whole country today.
You don't have access to your own player
Yes.
that you trade at coast level.
That
You held his hand.
I trained. Ati was brought to me when he was, I think, 8 or 9 years old.
Wow.
I trained him. He was my first goalkeeper under 12, my first goalkeeper under 14. When I was going to the state to go and do my masters, I looked at the quality of the boy and I said, this boy, if I leave him here in Ghana, by the time I come, he will finish. Red Bull Soccer Academy at the time. Sogakope, that was being headed by Sanzio Bana. They didn't need a goalkeeper at that age. But at the time, I had as many as 10 players at Red Bull. So I called Sanzio Bana. I said, Sanzio Bana,
I remember Sanzio Bana.
I have a talented goalkeeper who is very young. Please, for the sake of the 10 players I have supplied to the academy, I'm going to study. I don't want to leave this boy here. By the time I come, he will mess up. I took Ati to Sanzio Bana when Ati didn't even know. The day we were going, I told the mother that we may come, we may not come. Sanzio Bana told me that I should bring the boy. They have a friendly game to play. He will, under 70, but he put Ati. And Ati showed class, and Sanzio Bana kept him. 3 days later, I left.
To Tennessee.
When the Red Bull Soccer Academy collapsed, Ati was the only goalkeeper in Red Bull. Abaloa was there. Felix Anna was there.
Yes,
they are all seniors to Akri. Ati is a junior to all. They were all there. But he was the only goalkeeper among the setup that they took to Austria. Today, I don't have access to my player to even advise him on how to control those Jiku and Co who are exposing him left, right, center. I cannot call Ati. Because Ketokreku and people, they've hijacked the boy from me. Go and play. Why are you behaving like that? We have trained players to impact the national team. It is only during your reign that you think that if the players are not your players, or they are not players belonging to teams of people who sing your praises, then they are not good enough. So, yesterday, I was so pleased when you made that point on your program on TV that said that the transition of players into a national team has never been open and fair since Ketokreku, Mark Addo, Prosper, since they took over the realm of football. It's only about them. The God we serve he will never sleep. Do you know the money I have spent on football? Do you know the money, the one whose team I manage? Do you know how long? I said since 1995. Ketokreku is not 32 years in football. He's not. Go and ask Sami Animado. When he and myself, we were training players at Complex. That is why we used to have our meetings. Sami Animado. Well, he knows me very well. I've decided,
is not an ESCO member.
yes, I've decided not to get closer to them because they won't listen. They are so biased to the extent that you need to sing their praises before they can draw you closer. Look at what you have caused. Friend,
this is a disaster.
Ketokreku is not a unifier. I believe his administration has been cursed. And I will explain why. I believe it. Today I will say it.
Wait, you think it is spiritual?
Look, Ghana,
Yes.
with this level of disgrace, if you are smart, you would think along that line.
Well,
Let me tell you why I think that could be one of the problems.
you mean it's spiritual?
I'm telling you.
But why would someone curse the whole Ghana football because
Listen,
of one person?
that he's the one leading
but
it.
the football,
He's the one leading it.
But does it belong to him?
He's the one leading it. This is why I say so. All of us seated here, we are aware of what I'm going to say.
Unless you retreat.
No, I'm going to
Reiterate.
reiterate. I'm going to say it. Granting, Sito, Fent. But for the disqualification of Wilfred Kweku or Sepama, Ketokreku wouldn't have won that election.
You don't know that for sure, though.
I'm saying that.
Okay, you are saying
You
it.
know.
Okay.
Granting here knows. Sito knows.
You have your evidence.
We all know how Ketokreku became Ghana Football Association president. On that day of the voting,
2 rounds of elections.
on even that, look at how competitive it was. Delegates who would have voted for Palmer took all of them to Ket. And Palmer was the one giving them Go and vote for Ket. Go and vote for Ket. Go and
You
vote
mean
for Ket.
Palmer bought votes for
He
Ket?
didn't he didn't buy vote. He didn't buy vote. What
He said he was giving them
I'm
money.
saying
Go
transportation,
ahead.
of course. Go and vote.
So that's
If
vote buying.
that's not vote buying. They were going to vote for him. He thought that. Now
Hey, granted, it's not vote buying.
it's not vote buying. If you come to Manada, I'm coming. I say I need bread. Didn't you buy me bread? Are you buying my conscience? What sort of man is this? The guy, has he bought my conscience by giving me bread? Don't do that. The point I'm making is, after he won the elections, his first official interview, what did he tell them?
I don't work with my enemies.
He described all of them as his enemies. Today, where is Palmer? Where is Tama Youth? You've destroyed Tama Youth. You think you will be happy? Numawako, Numawako. You understand that?
No.
Yes.
God never did sleep. God is the only God that is 24 hours a week.
And Apo says he sleeps in the evening.
Oh, forget
My mind went there.
Lele Bible me. Ele Bible me.
But that boy talk.
No, he's not more into the Bible than I am.
Hey.
Oh, Le Bible me for me.
So he's
Ọsẹ
lying.
Nyankopɔn ọbọ wiase no koraa
And
adwo
I'm
enyimire a ɔda.
So he's lying.
It's a essence so be a da ohun Nyame ohun
It's in Apobua.
Enya na person na me
He
say
be so sad or kind to
I know
run now.
says me Bible I mean nim kire me say
It's in a-
I will not go where you
It's
want me
according to
to
Bible, Apobua.
go. My Bible says God does not sleep.
It's Apobua.
Me nim baby I don't go find it.
It's your boy.
To you
don't know
know
where he's taking
I don't know where he's taking it. Go and ask him. Don't ask
So
me.
your Bible say, don't let us sleep.
What the God I serve.
Say, you don't let us sleep.
Now forget
When
it.
Apo say your God is
Maybe
sleep.
Napo God sleeps. Ask whether it's a lie. I can't
Or
say.
somebody edited his Bible.
Maybe.
So according to your Bible, Apo the lie.
No, I'm too smart for this. I'm too smart for this. And you know that.
Oh,
Go there.
according to your Bible, Apo the lie. Why are you struggling?
I'm not struggling.
According to my Bible, Napo is a liar.
No, see,
God
According
does-
to Nimli's
according
Bible.
No, according to my Bible. According to my Bible, Napo is a liar. My God doesn't
That's
sleep.
it. You have said
But
that.
you, so according to your
My
Bible, what is the Bible
says-
saying?
I don't know. I need to authenticate his
But
Bible.
you bold man like you don't know. According to your Bible, what's Napo saying?
No, I'm not quoting. I'm quoting what my Bible says.
So according
what
to
I
your
believe.
Bible, it's
I'm
Napo
not speaking
lying.
for Napo. I'm
No.
speaking for myself.
I'm speaking for
As
you.
to whether he's
Eh.
lying or not, it's between him and his God.
But-
But the God I serve
you
is
serve.
a 24-hour God.
God.
He doesn't
So
sleep.
Napo lied.
Period.
Okay, continue.
So, friend, the point I'm making is this:
I'm listening.
you cannot destroy people for yours to flourish.
Okay.
The next reason why we are where we are is the appointment of Otoo.
All right. I'm glad you have moved there.
Look,
What's
it-
wrong
it
with
hurts.
Otoo's appointment?
Friend,
Yes.
it is going to sound like I'm going to repeat myself.
Yeah,
But
I
that
know.
is the basic.
At the risk of sounding like a broken record,
Exactly. Look,
he's not good enough in your books.
he's not good enough for the standard required. He's not up to the standard required.
I mean, I want to
No
understand.
disrespect.
Is it from his qualification or the work he's done before or the evidence of the work he's done so far?
I cannot question his qualification.
Yes.
But coaching is more of practical than theory.
Yes.
I'm a chemist, and I know the importance of going to the lab
Yes.
and experiencing what I am being taught. You understand?
So far, the
So-
football he has cooked.
If you cook, it won't cook.
The football he has cooked is not. It doesn't taste nice.
It's not cooking. He's not cooking any football. He's mixing the ingredient haphazardly.
Yo, Charlie, big shouts to all those who are watching, man. We've got 2K views live.
That's
Oh
a
my
lot of
goodness.
2,000 people
Yeah.
are
watching
us
it live.
right now.
Big shout to all of
That's
you, man.
mad.
Big shout.
You see, the fact
That's
is,
telling the truth to 2,000 people.
yes, the fact is, he may be a good coach later on in his coaching career.
Give him under 20.
Give him a 20.
Let him show passion there.
Let him show passion. Let him show desire. Let him prove himself there.
Also, yeah, I will be a get no passion.
From nowhere,
You gave him the blast.
the Black Stars job.
They said he qualified us to the World Cup.
Based on what? Based on what?
I said,
played
if you give me
He
that
said they qualified
Nigeria
us to the
game,
World Cup.
friend, if you give me those two Nigeria games, I will not even draw. I'll win both.
Akuchi.
I'll win me Donyame.
All right, coach.
DK, let me.
yeah.
Who told you I'm not serious?
Why?
No.
What is the meaning of
Okay.
that statement?
Are you serious? How can you
I
ask
am
him such a
telling
question?
you that If you give me the Black Stars to play Nigeria under those circumstances with the World Cup at stake, I win both games
With what?
cheeky ease.
Me
I'm
don't
telling you.
Coach, let's talk about Otoo's mistakes in these two games, or even in this qualifying series. We played against Angola, we lost. We played against Niger, we drew. Then these two matches. You weren't here last week when we reviewed the
You know, I was very tired, but
I know. So these two matches, what were the coaching deficiencies in Otoo's approach?
You see, first and foremost, I'm not sure Otoo did his homework on his opponent.
Okay.
Granted, we all saw that, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you had studied Sudan and Akwesi Appiah, I'm not even sure if they looked at clips of Sudan, and this was what they had as solution to undo Sudan, then they should have resigned after the first leg.
Because it's clear that they didn't do any work.
They didn't do any work. Look, I did say that Sudan would sit and play for a result. Fundamentally, as a coach, you deployed your best players in positions where they are most comfortable, and then you coach them through their strength, and then you make them better. That is what every smart coach does. You don't take Semenyo, who never plays at left wing at club level, then you move him from the right and go to the left, always asking him to be so predictable, cut onto his right foot before doing whatever he wants.
He looks so lost.
Very, very lost. Then Nyama, who has never been on form, somebody whose preseason was a bit destroyed because of transfer. This season,
And he was out with injury for a while.
you bring him, you throw him in there, and then you are benching players who are regulars. I have said, you see the Ali Duseidu boy, if I'm the coach, he will never play for me.
He was man of the match in Accra.
He's intos. You saw what he did today. Tariq Lamptey is sitting down for that boy to play football ahead of Tariq Lamptey. No coach will make that mistake.
But Tariq, to be fair though, Tariq is not playing.
Tariq is not playing
Ali
at
Seidu
club
was
level.
voted player of the month for Rene last month. I'm saying that he was man of the match in Accra.
Look,
So the stats, for example, in Benghazi was justified based on his performance, especially in the last game in Accra.
when you look at a defender, first and foremost, the best of defenders stay focused for 90 minutes. The strength, those days when you look at John Terry, Ferdinand, Vidic,
concentration.
Cavalli, they stay
90
focused
minutes.
for
Maguire.
90 minutes. Focus for 90 minutes.
You know,
Did you say Maguire?
He's that who?
You say Maguire. You
Because
say
so good. Butum Banza.
I don't coach didn't hear you, that's why.
Butum Banza. Mahi Maguire. Look, Sicho, you have to be very careful. He said, Maguire. No, I thought he said Ramos. I heard Ramos.
You say Maguire. You say
Oh no, that's why you could tell that. I
But
didn't
you
hear.
always love Maguire. You've always loved ball playing Maguire.
No way coach would consider.
as watching Maguire, you cannot say you go Valika and say yeah.
No, but he spoke in his throat. I didn't hear that. I thought he said Ramos. You understand? The best of defenders are always focused for 90 minutes. What Ali Duseidu do well, he's carried away with physical contact, yellow card, unnecessary. All the yellow cards he has been, they are all necessary. Today, look at what he did. You got in front of the player and the ball. You were in between the player and the ball, which means the ball was in front of you. Just clear the ball one time. Clearance. Boom, bam, boom, bim, boom.
So the point being that you don't think Otoo should have played him. So,
Yes.
And that's on Otoo.
It's on Otoo.
Okay, fair enough. What
Two.
else is on Otoo? Yes.
Look at the coaching again. We are conceding the same type of goals
Right.
It's been
against
transition.
Central African Republic. Two of the goals we conceded.
That side.
Just one. The two same Jiku and what? Salisu. Bim, go. Today, the same thing. And the timing in between our goals is suicidal. But
were you surprised that the World Cup was the same?
That's what I'm
thing?
saying.
Like, we considered the next.
For how long is that supposed to continue? The moment we concede, in the next 2-3 minutes,
another one is coming.
Conceding again.
Yeah.
What is that?
You know, Otoo has been in charge for 8 games since he's been back.
Yes.
He conceded 12
That is unacceptable.
in 8 matches.
No, you're joking.
It's unacceptable.
We considered
One
two
against-
Hold on, I
okay,
just
for
count.
the
The
friendly
friendlies. We considered 2 against Nigeria.
Yeah.
2 against,
against-
Uganda.
That's 4.
That's 4.
That's 4. We
One
considered
against
3.
Mali.
Hold on, wait. We considered 1 against Mali.
That's
Yeah.
5.
5. We considered 3 against Central African Republic.
That's 8.
8.
We considered 1 against Niger.
9.
Wow, 9.
We considered 1 against Angola.
10.
We considered 2 today.
12.
That's 8 games.
And you see, the appalling thing is that
That's it.
the appalling
8 matches.
most
We're
of the
averaging
goals are
almost 3
similar goals.
per game.
Most of
Almost-
the goals
Yes,
are
almost 2 goals per game.
are similar goals. Most of them, the same type. Just lure them, bam.
Otoo no some way.
Why
Nkoye.
you shock, eh? 12 goals conceded in 8 matches.
Nkoye mama,
We there Nkoye Baba. We there Nkoye Otoo. We there Nkoye Otoo. We there
and yes, Nkoye, we there Nkoye mama.
We there Nkoye Otoo. We there
ye di chiche,
go for there ye di chiche.
ba for there ye di chiche,
Go for there ye di chiche.
go there di chiche, sir.
Go see there ye di chiche. Go see there ye di chiche. Go see there ye di chiche. Go see there ye di chiche.
Dashing goals.
Yes, and this coach says this is on Otoo and on the FA because first of all they should not have hired him,
Yes.
and his performance is proving coach's points.
That is the point I'm making.
I
Look,
see. So everything is connected.
there's no disconnect.
Yeah. The hiring decision, the coach's
Maybe
performance. is
my
all
last
connected.
point, then I'll rest for my brothers to come in.
Yes, please. You've
Friend.
been talking for 1 hour.
You see this phone is your phone, eh?
It's my phone, please.
If there is problem with this phone, who will you give the phone to? That is if you want to fix it.
I'll go and give it to the expert to fix it. I'm
Viewers.
not a phone repairer.
Viewers, the Black Stars was at its lowest of lows.
Yes. It was broken.
It was broken.
Yes.
So we should have gone in for somebody
Who's an expert?
who is an expert. Somebody who is not matra makwe. Somebody who has a proven record. Now the FA themselves knew that that was the sort of person they needed. So per the requirement they put on to get you to apply for the job, no Ghanaian thought that Otoo will get the job. Because he didn't meet one requirement. Who were those people who were given the task to select the technical man for us?
Macado.
McAddo, he's not a technical man. That's what my boss, I don't know. I told him, don't get involved in this. These people will disgrace you. Kojo Ada Mensah, I love you so much, and you know it. I respect you to the core.
Of course.
And I'll always respect you.
They
But
have
on
bank
this
people.
one,
You disagree.
Kojo, look, boss,
They had gone to add Ace and Kuma too. He said he wouldn't do.
he listened to us.
Yes, and then he.
We told him, don't get involved.
That's what is there. It was you, Bo and Gary.
Yes,
It
he was going to do
after
it.
that day, after that show that you called.
Then he
He
texted
tested him and say, Charlie.
Then William Kate,
Look
chief
at that.
director,
Chief director.
sports ministry.
All those people, with all due respect, none of them understand technical matters better than me. So I would have done a better job because the moment I saw Otoo, come on, get out. Come on, get out. You don't qualify for any. Come on, get out.
They said his presentation PowerPoint was
Useless presentation. It's not about the presentation. No. Anybody at talk can come and present. But what were the practical evidence of the man's job?
nobody of work to show.
Nobody of what
So,
to show.
coach, let's bring your issues home. First of all, we have a non-listening FA.
Very
that is
stubborn.
arrogant and sitting on a high horse, unaware of the realities on the ground.
That is it.
And they don't listen.
They don't listen.
To advice.
To
That is
advice.
what we are dealing with. And because they don't listen, they have rushed to make mistakes upon mistakes upon mistakes. And one of those mistakes was hiring Otoo, which has led us here. Your issues have been outlined.
So
perfectly.
Keto Kreku should resign.
Alongside his mistake.
Otoo, if he's truly German trained, he's a listener. If he is truly German trained, he will resign. Because the Germans, you and I know what they stand.
Yes.
If Otoo Addo is truly a German trained with this shambolic performance, I expect his resignation first thing tomorrow morning. Anything apart from that, I would doubt whether he is indeed German.
The fact that
As for those assistants who don't have one work to show, you better clear off. You better leave the place.
Hey, but coach, that is another matter. You want assist technical bench for Otoo Addo? There are people.
Look,
somewhere.
today, Sicho.
If things are going wrong,
Look at what
Oh, this is the microphone, coach.
Not
People are you talking to those on YouTube?
We're not stand up.
Why? Leave it.
I want to call.
This was the role of our deputy coaches today when they substituted Semino. Shake. Otoo Addo today, they won't cry.
But the most serious one, Sudan
Wait, coach, do it again. You were out of camera. We said the assistant coaching job you want.
Charlie. Yeah.
If they substitute player.
They don't give you water. The team managers will welcome you.
There you can welcome
The
me.
team manager will show you where to sit.
Where to sit.
That is your empty
And then
place.
Otoo was doing what?
The Otoo will be there. Wait.
Oh, God.
Coach, you can't do an Otoo impersonation.
Where was Akwesi Appiah?
Coach, you
He
can't
was
do.
sitting down.
He was sitting down.
And
can't do-
his number 2 was
His
doing
number 2 were doing the job.
Yeah.
You can't do an Otoo impersonation without a black t-shirt and then water, because he's always
You see, he sweats from the core. From the core. And this is
The man is stressed.
the man, you see, he's stressed. So he needs able hands to help him out.
You are saying that John Peso can't give
Oh!
tactical advice if things are going wrong.
What did you see today? Shake.
Handshake.
Well done.
Water.
Man, it's your no.
Or if they want to make a sub, then Otoo send him to call the player he wants to.
That's it.
from warm-up.
That's all.
That's the job of the assistant.
That's what he does. But we saw it in Accra. We've seen it anytime they've played home. We've seen it away from home.
But to be fair, when you compare the job that Kwesi Appiah's assistant is doing and the job Otoo's assistants are doing, you
You see the
No,
you see,
Kwesi Appiah's assistant Ignatius has more coaching experience than
than Otoo Addo himself.
than
fact.
Than Otoo Addo himself.
Damn! I was going to say he has more experience.
No,
than
than
Otoo
Otoo
no,
Addo
When you
himself.
mention Otoo, I take
that
a
guy,
pause,
that Kwesi
and I realize Otoo has no experience at the
Ignatius,
highest
listen
level.
to me. Assistant coach at Liberty, that's where he started.
Uh-huh.
He has been head coach King Faisal.
No, he also became head coach of Liberty SAF.
Yes, he
For
became
a
head
brief
coach of
stint, yes, head coach of Liberty.
He's
Godfather
been head
Goto
coach
gave him that
King
job.
Faisal.
Yes,
Head coach
11 wonders.
11 wonders.
Well, the
Head
only manager
coach-
that kept them in the Premier League back-to-back
Yes.
seasons.
head
Only manager.
coach Mediama.
Yes,
Even
he's-
dreams.
even
Head
dreams.
coach dreams. He has seen it all.
So he has a better coaching credentials than even Otoo Addo.
Assistant coach U17.
But you saw
And
the
the
guy who
Femi.
scored the Sudan second goal.
Abdurrahman.
And you
Abdurrahman.
saw who he went to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Akwesi you, Akwesi you, Akwesi you,
Yepe kwesi kwesi ala yepe. Yepe kwesi kwesi ala yepe. Saudala se yepe kwesi ala. Yepe kwesi kwesi ala yepe.
Amafwe
Kwesi ne bano moshe kwesi ne bano moshe. Amafwe kwesi ne bano moshe. Hey moshe kwesi ne bano.
Amafwe Otoo neba.
Oh Charlie.
Amafwe Otoo neba. Amafwe Otoo neba.
Oh, this is illegal, bro. Charlie. Oh,
Big
damn.
shouts to all our viewers and all our commenters who are having an absolute ball.
Shall I read some messages for me? Amafwe Otoo neba. Otoo neba. Amafwe Keti neba.
Somebody say,
I'm halfway, question never no bullshit.
Somebody say, Adubianye. Charlie, boys get vibes. See, Adubianye. Charlie. See comments.
Charlie, friends.
Danny,
You will talk some.
hey,
Charlie.
Coach, you have said plenty. Okay.
Danny, fly.
Friends.
DK, before you fly, I want you to sing the last one.
Okay.
I'm halfway, Otoo neban. Otoo neban. I'm halfway, Otoo neban.
Oh no.
Look, Charlie.
Ose ope kwesi. Ose ope kwesi na ubenya. Ose ope kwesi na ubenya. Ah. Oshera se ope kwesi. Emeri echi o na weni megwasi o.
Kwesi na yepe.
Danny,
Charlie.
boys say you make too quiet.
No,
Let them
because-
hear you.
You see, what happened today
You are emotionally effed.
is two things.
I'm
It's
so
two things.
emotionally exhausted,
Look, back in 2019, when this cycle first hit us in the face, when we were given the strong indication of what doom awaited us if we didn't change,
2019, yeah?
2019, it was the same sort of comments I was seeing. Same old rhetoric that we are repeating today. Oga, the problem is not the flower. Oh. The problem is the root.
Yes.
If you keep cutting off the flower and changing it, you won't go anywhere. When I said Kwesi Appiah wasn't the issue, that I thought he was a really good coach.
Yeah, you said it. I
But
remember
the
very
system was making him look bad. In this rotten system, it is very difficult for any coach to succeed. JJ, we sack Kwesi Appiah. Today we are singing for him.
Oh, to be fair, we didn't sack him.
No, ask him.
We didn't give him
we didn't
contract.
give him contract.
So,
But they called for his sack and they allowed it to go. In fact, the only reason why he wasn't sacked was because it was normalization.
the guy wanted the guy gone long time, even when he wasn't GFA president,
Oh,
because
yes.
he wasn't
Oh,
calling
yes.
his
Oh,
player.
yes.
John Entry.
No, you see, when Kwesi Appiah got the job, Kwesi Appiah wasn't hired by Kit. I'm
Yes.
saying that the rhetoric after the 2019 AFCON was the same: sack the coach because the coach is not good. The only reason why he wasn't sacked was because we were normalization.
Yeah.
So they allowed his contract to flow because they knew that the next presidency will come
make
and
the
meet
call.
and they will make the decision on whether he stays or not.
That's true.
And then when Kurt came, they allowed his contract to end and then he left. My point is, today we are sitting here and we are singing Kwesi Appiah's praises. It could easily be the same thing for CK Akono.
Yeah.
The fact that Akono hasn't gone on to take another job for us to see doesn't mean that the Black Stars is what defines him.
To be fair, for the Black Stars,
I've
it was
always
a very
fought
good-
for Akono. But you know my stand on this, man.
This look, and I'm saying, see, I'm getting tired of repeating the same
the thing.
old thing.
That's the thing.
Look, maybe it's because I
People
don't shout.
listen.
Maybe it's because I don't shout. But when you listen to us, we are basically saying the same thing.
We have said
We are
the
just
same-
choosing to attack it from different
Yes.
angles. My point is, look, a good system, okay, brings the best out of a player in modern day football.
Sure.
When the system is right and it suits the player, it brings the best out of the player. And a good structure at the top brings the best out of a coach. If you are a coach and you enter a rotten structure, you will by all means struggle. It is something that is there.
Go stress.
You go stress. We
It's
saw
like
David
putting,
Moyes.
you know,
Look,
it's like-
we
it's
saw
like-
David Moyes when he came to United,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden, all the good work he did at Everton
Vanished.
vanished. He was defined by what he did with Man United.
It still haunts him.
Then later in life, he picks West Ham, transforms the team, goes on and wins their first European
ever
trophy.
yeah.
And all of a sudden, people are beginning to think that
He has something good in. Yeah.
when LVG came to Man United, it didn't work out. All they were talking play, and this is somebody who had just gone all the way to a World Cup semi-final. Then he goes back, picks the Dutch national team, which was on a decline, and he has remolded them and now handed them back. And everybody has seen that, look, this guy is actually as good as we thought. Maybe it's the Man U that is the
Jose
problem.
goes to Roma and that's it.
Jose goes to Roma.
I swear, they are good with anything.
Look,
Let's continue.
The perfect analogy,
Idiot, sir.
the perfect analogy is this. You see a Ferrari,
Yeah,
wonderful car.
yeah,
Put it on a rough road.
yeah. Becomes useless. He can't
Look,
drive.
It can't perform.
He can't
so
drive.
for me, if you follow my rhetoric, if you follow, you will see that I am pro coaches and pro players. Because this problem we are seeing, look, you can't tell me that for 5 years you've had a pool of very poor players. It's not possible.
It's not possible.
It's not possible.
The players are good.
And for 5 years, you've had people who have gone and taken coaching license to the highest level, and none of them can even give a slight improvement to the team. It's not possible.
Danny K, since AFCON in 2022 January, we have played 38 matches. We have used 4 coaches. Coach, do you want to put a finger on how many of those 38 games we have won with 4 different coaches?
I'm not sure it will be more than 6 or 8.
We won 8.
Oh, you are.
Look,
Oh, you are.
when you were
4
talking
different
about the goals we've conceded under Otoo, again, let us stop situating it on coach matter. Because if you stretch it to Chris Hughton, it's equally as poor. This is not an Otuado problem. Oh.
That's what I just pointed
Look,
out.
let's stop this thing. It's not an Otuado problem. Chris Hughton's coaching credentials as compared to Otoo is a senior and a junior. But compare the results. Why are they identical? It's not just a coaching problem. Look, the coach may be a problem, but you will not see it and you will not be in the position to assess it if the structure is wrong. That one I'm telling you is not possible. It is not possible. So let's stop. Look, aren't you tired? Aren't you tired of always complaining about the same thing, changing it? The only thing that we've not changed is the structure. The only thing we've not changed is the hierarchy that hires the coaches. The only thing that we've not changed is the hierarchy that influences selections for the coaches. The only thing that we've not hired is the people at the top. That's the only thing we've not touched during this period. That's the only constant. Players have changed. We said Asamajan was the problem, he's gone. We said Wakaso was the problem, he's gone. We said Gede was the problem, he's gone. We said Baba Ama was the problem, he's gone. Still,
Same results.
same results.
We say Patesaf if you play, we don't see him.
we don't
This time
see.
he no play.
They
Still.
said form the team around Kudus. We've given the captaincy.
Give
Same
her number 10.
results. Same results. It's not about putting Kudus here and this person is better than this person. Look, the team it was coming. It has been coming because
It has arrived.
the structure and the system is rotten. And finally, it has arrived. See, I swear you, sack Otoo today, bring whoever. Bring Heavy Renard.
No,
the guy
as
will
for-
leave after 2 months.
As for him, he has to go because he's not up to the
Oh,
standard.
you see,
For him, I understand
Look,
your point.
coach,
System,
look.
but on Drew yet. There's no practical handwork for which we should be giving the black star to him.
I don't
Okay.
think
Look.
Heavy Renard would have succeeded in this.
that point, look,
Every
that point
Renard-
I understand.
Every Renard may or may not succeed.
He will leave
Because
after 2
look,
months. I
he-
promise
if
you.
he see the system not to be conducive for him, he will leave.
No, but coach, do you know why Daddy
He will
says
leave
what he says?
No, I understand him. But
But
what
Heavy
I'm saying
Renard-
is that Heavy Renard would not have worked under this.
Let me chip in something. On Friday, we spoke to Lai Kingston. That is somebody who has played for the Black Stars. Returns to coach U17.
Yes.
He didn't say it once, he didn't say it twice. He said it about 4 times. That the
environment.
environment wasn't good. This is Lai, a proper Ghanaian, like
So
a
what has he
Ghana
done? So what did he do?
So
He
he's
exit.
so we can bring the best
Otto
coach.
That's what
is
I'm
part
saying.
of the cabal.
No problem.
You know that.
Agreed.
You know that.
Wait.
Otto.
So
what
I'm
are you
saying-
talking about?
I'm saying that-
he's Ketokreku's man. He's part.
I'm
Are you
saying-
saying we all don't know that Otto is Ketokreku's man?
No, so what I'm saying is that we can bring the best coach, right? But in the system where even a Ghanaian coach who has played through that system is telling all of us that he left the system because the environment was
Agreed.
was
That is
toxic.
what we support.
It means that
I will work out.
it means that you can bring the right coach or you can
will
bring the
still
wrong,
not
but they won't
work.
succeed because
nobody is able to succeed in this toxic environment
Agree.
created by.
Agree.
So that has to be sorted. Yes.
I agree.
Coach,
The
coach,
way the
coach.
coach himself is part
Coach,
of the cabal.
let me
Coach,
He's part
let
of
me-
the bad rot. That's the point I'm making.
Let Cranton go on.
No, we are saying the same thing.
We all know that CK Akono was very closely affiliated with Keto Creek.
Yeah.
He got the job. Even somebody who was close to the president, it didn't work.
Yes.
They literally went to handpick Milo
Yeah.
as his replacement
I said many
and said many
statements.
things. The relationship was good at the beginning. It didn't work. It doesn't look. I don't care if Pep Guardiola is best friends with Keto Kreku or they are any. It won't work. The problem is the structure. The system we've created is rotten, and unfortunately, it is crashing down at this point. Look, if we don't stop this, cutting one branch here, removing one sport leaf here, and attack the root problem.
they should
The
all
root problem is what you spoke
They should
about
all
too.
go.
Look,
They should all go.
coach, I swear, if Kate leaves right now, and this the way the Ghana football system is, who voted for him for the second time?
That's what I'm saying.
You see,
That we need to change that. It is leadership. We saw Nyantichi. Nyantichi ensured the same people voted for Nyantichi over and over, but he ensured that our juvenile system was top notch.
coach,
Top notch.
coach.
Nyantichi had juvenile team, but he never interfered with player selection. Friends, we all know that. No, I'm supporting the point he's making.
Look, me, I'm saying that I don't buy the Nanchichi example because we saw the rot he also caused.
Oh.
I don't look.
He
I
caused rot.
I do not
Some
buy.
started dying under question.
Look,
Is that what?
Our league, for example.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Our
That's our league.
yes.
Except that this
completely
guy he's
destroyed.
done both the league and national
And
teams.
national teams.
You cannot
But
focus.
the- our
You
league
cannot
was
focus on the outward appearance and destroy the league is very important. It's a very fundamental
It is. It is.
base for
Element.
football, element in football. So and he destroyed it. Look, me, I'm tired. Like my bre, I'm tired of us constantly skipping over the problem. The root cause is what you mentioned. The root cause is the fundamentals.
It's always
look,
been
look across all. Look,
All the other African countries.
no, even this is the first time. It's not even this one. When you look at club football, you look at international football. Fundamentals. If it is not working, go back to when Sir Alex Ferguson was winning with Manchester United and check the successes of the youth team.
Youth
during
teams,
that time.
yeah.
Check
FA Youth
Chelsea.
Cup, FA Youth Cup.
Chelsea, when Abramovich took over, was it just the first team he focused on? No. Look at the successes of their youth
best
team.
academy in the world.
Look at Barcelona.
Even now, look at Man City.
Look at Man City.
They swept everything. They swept everything youth football from U18, 21,
yes.
look, the 23 league, Premier League.
It
Like
doesn't happen by chance. Oh. There's a
proper
mechanism to doing football.
Yes.
There's a mechanism. When all these things are right and the football is not happening, that's when you can say that fine. The structure has proven to work and is working across board. But with this first team, with this senior national team, there's a problem. So, coach, I'm sacking you. Or this player, you are not good enough. Go. That's when you will see that when you replace them, almost always there's a corresponding result, and the results change to positive. When the base is rotten and you keep on changing head coach, you keep on changing players, and you are not getting results, it is God's way of telling you that they are not the issue.
One
Look,
gasa
it is,
wabon. One
it is,
gasa na
look,
wabon.
it is
very
not
good
possible.
example to back what Cranton just said right now is why Senegal had the guts to tell Aliou Cisse to go. Because everything else, look,
It's
the
set.
youth,
The structure is in
It's
place.
set. The
Yeah.
structure is in place.
You know.
So if they are tired of his methods, they have the luxury of changing it.
Yeah.
That's just how it is. See, if we don't address this matter, we'll go round, and we'll never get anywhere.
soon we'll start playing
Every time-
prelims.
Look, every time we have this way of this PR political way of always finding a way to put the coach and the players in the fine way to catch the blame. See, Boga, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Calm down.
Football is 1 + 1. 2 is 2.
no, they lie.
Enchantro
It's 1 + 1. 2 is 2.
is scientific.
It's scientific. there's a proven scientific
method that works.
That works.
If you are good, you are good.
It's as simple as
If
that.
you are not good, you can't conjure magic and the consistent basis.
The reason why you will see consistently inconsistent results with clubs that don't have and national teams that don't have their structure intact. Today you see that player A is forcing. Oh, he's good. After 3 months, all of a sudden, he's completely different. Wasan. Somebody else is doing well. At every point in time, you are hoping and praying that somebody will turn up so that something will happen.
Pop up somewhere.
That hope kills
Then you sack coach. Then you bring another one inside. Then
first few matches
is looking nice.
Yes.
Look, when we discuss these issues, they are very specific questions that are asked, and there are very specific ways we address certain things. When Chris Hilton was coming, I said it first, I didn't think he would be a fit. But for me, I know where the problem is. So I'm unapologetic about it. It is not possible for me to properly assess a coach. And look, Chris Hilton is what, for me, cemented it. Chris Hilton is not the most offensive-oriented coach.
He has a style.
But the alarming thing about Chris Hilton's reign in the Black Stars is even Hilton couldn't even make Ghana a solid defensive unit.
No.
Do you know how serious that is?
Very serious.
We are not saying he should have played nice football. No. But the thing that he lives for,
His identity did not show.
And you see, defensive football is one of the simplest things to teach.
Yes.
Look at Thomas Tuchel. One training session with Chelsea. Let's not lose the game. You there, stand here. It is the simplest thing to. It's the thing that players understand the easiest, especially when it is set back, compact. Don't move. Sway here with the ball. Sway here with the ball.
I hear
he's the New England coach now.
Yeah,
Thank you.
He's giving the job.
Look, and even that, the Black Stars struggled to be a solid defensive unit. That for me, it sparked that light bulb in my head, and I said, "See, this matter is deeper and it's more deadly than we thought." It is not possible for us to assess who Milo, who Otoo, who Chris, who Akuno are in this rotten system and this rotten structure.
Is rotten.
It's bad.
It's rotten.
At this point, look.
Ketokreku system is a rotten system.
Last week we spoke about the players, and we spoke about how the system affects the players.
Alidu starts, Gideon starts, Ati starts, Salisu starts, Jiku starts. Midfielder Ababa say Elisha starts, Sulemana starts. They all play.
Still.
Look, let me give you this quick example.
Players.
Look at this back four of Ati, Jiku, Salisu, Alidu, Gideon Mensah. This back five, they've been playing together for at least a year.
At least a year now.
Yet every time we see them, there's confusion.
From the World Cup.
They are always confused.
From the World Cup.
From the World Cup.
Each other's
Coach,
spaces.
you spoke about the consistency with which we were conceding the same type of goals.
Yeah, the same type of goals.
This same type of goal problem, I can point you to a number of goals and chances we even considered under Chris Hilton.
Yeah.
Look at the Central African Republic goal that we considered. The one Ati had to come out
and the guy nicked the same thing.
Look, there are fundamental issues that are refusing even the coaches with the best of credentials to get their message across.
Yeah. And
it is the system. It is that rotten system. We had an opportunity to fix it during normalization. But we failed. We failed Poto.
If you don't mind, you refer to the system a lot. What's the system?
That foolish football people useless system that they believe in. That foolish system.
What, that we shouldn't have a football administration?
No, that if you are not a football person, you can't be part of them. They are refusing.
It's an association.
Archaic idea.
Listen, an archaic 1662 way of running things. When where it is a family and friends thing.
That is what is
They
going on.
don't consult.
You don't consult.
They don't listen.
They don't listen.
Very arrogant.
They are not even listen. No, the painful thing is that you dear don't listen to us. What your colleagues outside
Go and
are
copy.
doing,
Go and copy free of charge. I no ko.
Even that one.
I
They are not even applying the knowledge. Look, the mother body has put down a framework of how things should go.
follow it.
This thing, I said it in January at the after the AFCON.
Follow it.
I said it last year, March, when Chris Hughton was coming. There's a framework of how you should do youth football, how things should be transitioned. We are not even following that.
Let's go and dab.
Go and copy. No, they've done the thing
And
for
they
you. Go
give
and
them
copy
money on top to do those
to
things.
do it, and yet we are not doing it. And the reason why, again, I will say that Kurt Dems are terrible, and they've done a terrible
They
job.
are very terrible.
But my
Ankasa.
fear, friend,
Very
my
terrible
fear
people.
is that even if they lose this next
change
election,
might not fix
a
it.
change might not fix it. Do you know why?
A change in administration.
Do you know why? Because we see them at Congress. We see the kind of things that
football
they,
people.
the,
Oh, yeah.
the
Somewhere
kind of things
Jimenez-
that they second,
Yeah,
the kind
yeah.
of things that they prioritize.
Seven previous. Jimmy sir.
We see, oh.
Jimmy
Yes.
sir.
We see,
Give us bass.
we
Give us
see
bass.
exactly.
Football boots.
Give a
They are
boot.
Happy. Yeah,
18
yeah.
pairs of boot. Yeah.
Look,
the
in
man is getting.
2024.
Look, the man is getting from CAF and FIFA accumulatively annually. Kurt is giving $2 million accumulatively from CAF and FIFA. Annual money given to every FA in Africa. $2 million. When he was asked, he said, "Oh, about 80% is used to pay staff." Jesus Christ. This man is part of the rotten system the case is referring to. You can't develop our game with $2 million.
We took $250,000. Said we were going to do boreholes. We
Look at
fixed
that.
Hold on. We said 6 boreholes at Pram
That's
Pram
Kanashi.
to maintain 2 pitches. For 2 years, we have been working on those pitches with 6 boreholes. They cannot hold a
Rotten system.
Friends, listen,
Rotten system. That is it.
listen.
And now they said it's because of.
Now, when
investment.
football people goes to Congress for them to demand proper accountability from the man, then you say, yeah. Someone you mean so?
Look.
Yeah, yeah, coin.
Hey, what?
I'm here, coin.
See, friends, this matter again. It's not something that I've not said before, but I'll circle back. It is impossible for us to fix this rot without the help of the government. It's not possible.
Oh,
If we
they
leave,
have to
government must
interfere.
step in.
They must interfere.
Charlie, if we leave this thing in the hands of the government, in the hands of the
Football
FA,
people, we should
and
forget.
you see,
it.
the funny thing is
That's
that
my question, though.
we like to look.
Do you trust the government?
Calm down. We like to isolate problems in this country.
Okay.
Who told you that it's only football that is failing?
That was my question. Exactly.
My issue is, look, it's sometimes I think that like we don't. It's greed, because if you can see the broader picture, and you can see the gains and the benefits you get from this thing, if you run it well, like
Like it shouldn't be like
It's-
nobody should be telling you
nobody should be telling
to
you.
do the right thing.
Friends, let me tell you something. In 2000, Euro 2000, when Germany were kicked out in the group stages, okay, it had been coming.
Yes.
It was coming.
Even though they were at the World Cup final 4 years prior.
They were kicked
2
out
years prior.
of Euro. They said, serious thing. This thing doesn't happen to Germany.
No.
And you see, they were collapsing at all fronts.
Yeah.
Their men's football team, it was collapsing at all fronts. So they didn't just get up and do the normal, oh, these players are not good, this coach is not good, sack him and bring somebody else. No. They tackled the fundamentals.
Yeah.
They went back to the roots.
They called that
The
whole project Dash Reboot.
Thank you. Rebooted the whole system.
Yeah.
And you see, when you understand how something is run, and you really want the thing to succeed, you will be patient after you've put the work to see the results. Do you know the first graduating batch of that reboot thing they did was the 2009 under-21 winning Euro team with
Ozil,
Neuer
Khedira.
and Ozil and Khedira. 9 of those players, in fact, the core of those players went on to win the World Cup 5 years later in 2014. And you see, when you read that document, they looked ahead and they knew that they would be finishing in the final rounds of the major competitions if they did things right and possibly win. They knew, and it happened. It's not juju, it's not prayers, it's work. So personally,
you know, go carry cow, big cow like
and
4,
and also like you're saying, when the work is delivering results, you see the signs. Because that whole reboot, the first batch of the project was the 06 World Cup.
Yes.
So if you look at the makeup of the 2006 Germany squad, a very young team with Podolski and Lam and all these players.
Eventually,
and even after that, they gave it a young coach at the time, Jürgen Klinsmann, whose assistant was Joachim Low. So when Klinsmann left, the most automatic person to replace him was his assistant.
He told them, his assistant.
And when Love took over, 4 years later, semi-final of the World Cup in 2010. They played some of the most exhilarating football. Beat Argentina 4, beat England 4.
It took
they
that
finished
Spanish
third.
team to stop them.
And then 4 years after that,
They were world champions.
it had been coming.
Look, Fen, just to conclude, again, if we really, this thing is a gift God has given us, but we don't know.
We have to reset this thing.
Our history of dealing with and
setbacks.
If we want,
it's bad.
Look, friends, if
we never learn from it.
If we want to reset this thing, another area, in fact, it's even at the fundamental area that we can't overlook, is the coaching aspect and the coaching education aspect. See, for me, you know why it is. In fact, I want you to ask me why I'm saying that is the most important. Ask me why.
Why is the coaching education the most important aspect of our reboot?
Okay, this is another opportunity.
Wait. Thank you
very much for the question. I almost Look, this is another opportunity for us to educate those listening to us. Ghana, in its current state, we can't employ any top manager.
Back.
Do you know why they don't come? We don't have money.
Back. We
And
are cheap.
the paying body is not willing to dish out the money that will attract them.
Yes.
So there's only a certain caliber of coaches that you can attract.
Yes. Those who are washed or those looking for opportunity.
Thank you. So those who are washed too, no, they come from a certain school.
Of course.
And that school is not suited for our players. Those looking for opportunity, they are fresh from school. They have untested ideas.
Unproven record.
Unproven records. So you have to choose one. Unfortunately, we have, and I was telling coach before we started, how did we over the years in the past? Kwesi Appiah was assistant to Milo.
Plavi.
No, he was assistant to
Plavi. And then he got a job. Maxwell was his assistant. To today, Maxwell has never seen the Black Stars head coaching job.
He applied for the last one that they gave to Otoo.
Ibrahim Tanko has sat on bench
with Akwesi.
He was assistant to Kwesi 2019.
They have never seen. So what is the point in putting upcoming coaches on the bench to learn if they are never going to get the chance at the
Here's my question. You are not a prophet to answer this. But do you ever see John Pencil becoming a Black Stars coach?
That's my point. No, that's why I'm saying no. And you see,
job
that's the issue.
For the boys. Job for the boys. Sketchy job for the boys. Sketchy job for the boys. Job for the boys. Sketchy job for the boys. Black Stars will hear job for the boys.
Wait. So let's say Kwesi is red carded, like Otoo is red carded for because of a behavior.
And Lawman has a flight issue.
No, Lawman is there. It will be Lawman and John. Who will be coaching?
Agro party.
I don't think people have imagined it like that, too.
Bro!
That's not good enough.
Look, I hope people are beginning to connect the two.
Yes, we are connecting.
We've sat and we've left the thing like that. And we've reached, that's why I said, look, again, maybe it's because I don't shout. But the reality has hit us. And it doesn't matter what you type. It doesn't matter how loud
much
you shout,
English you speak.
how much English you speak. The paying body is not willing to dish out the money to hire the coach who is up to the Ghana standard. So as for right now, no, when you say standard, who get? Like, let's be honest, who get? You are not going to get it.
We spent money, and you see, this is the issue you are talking about. We spent money to put together a DNA with the technical director that we hired to do that job. He finished the job. We owe him money. The guy has left the thing, and the thing has now become a document. Who is implementing it?
In the last 8 months of his stay here, he had put together plan.
Yes.
With a budget.
Yes.
See,
for the technical director.
This one every podcast, I will feel free. The man has connections and connects within FIFA.
Yes.
The man was part of the people who helped write the German reboot thing we are talking about.
Yes.
Contacted his connects. And this is how serious it is. He had to go and contact his friends who are his bosses because his bosses were not allowing him to implement what he had started. So he goes to contact his bosses to help him with funds to be able to implement what he has started.
They didn't like that.
And then they can't pay the money to him directly. So the money will go where? To his bosses. With strict instructions.
We've all heard the story.
See.
Hey, Ket, the system is so rotten.
Okay.
It's so rotten.
Let me read something to you.
These people.
Let me just read something
then
to you.
You see some journalists turning themselves into FA spokesperson.
We have so many people watching the podcast live.
Look at
Chief Pele and my friend Gapo Raymond. Raymond is watching all the way from Rome.
Yes. Look at our mates. Morocco are hosts, so definitely. Burkina Faso are home and dry.
They are qualified.
They were the first.
Cameroon are home and dry.
Qualified.
Yes. Cote d'Ivoire are
qualified.
Home and dry.
Angola.
DR Congo home
qualified.
And dry. Senegal home
qualified.
And dry. Egypt
qualified.
Algeria
qualified.
Uganda
qualified.
Ghana
elite. What's the one compared to the elite?
So you see. Tell you that you.
I want to read the message to you. And this message is very, very important. It ties into the point that Kranti was making. Okay. Now, the Ghana National Football Philosophy DNA document is 218 pages. This document was authored by Bernhard Lepet, the technical director Kranti just spoke about. The man who wrote it and needed money to implement it and asked the FA. The FA didn't give him, and he had to go to FIFA because FIFA paid
they were taking the money to that effect.
Money available, and the money was now being paid to FIFA, and he said that he was not getting the full complement of the money paying directly to the FA. In the introduction of the document, it's 218 pages. The Ghana Football DNA document. It has objectives. And then it analyzes the general strengths of Ghana football, general weaknesses of Ghana football. I'm getting to a point, very important point. Now he's assessed our football, and he has general strengths and then general weaknesses of our football before he goes to football specific strengths and football specific weaknesses. Under the general weaknesses, my brother. Under the general weaknesses of Ghana football, according to this German technical director, our former technical director, our general weaknesses as a football country. Point number 1. I'm reading. You clap when I say that. Point number 1. Lack of coherent structures. What Kranti just said.
Of course.
The German says in Ghana, our football weakness number 1.
There's no structure.
That is number 1. It's lack of coherent structures.
Organogram, Papa Ben.
Organogram.
Oh, everything is and everything is very administrative. Listen,
get to
number
big
2
suit and come and be slapping his brain, trying to cause
general weakness number 2.
in his brain.
According to this German guy, Bernhard Lepet. Our general weakness number 2 as a football nation. Lack of proper organization.
We've known this. They know.
Number 3, no clarified pathway of player development. We just said
That's it. Basa.
No
Dreams
proper
FC
transition
players
plan.
in one. Even here.
Number 4, Cranton Chami. He says number 4 is coaching education is in the past, and that our coaching education is inadequate in content and in frequency and in different age categories.
But that's my guy.
So the curriculum is poor, he says. We don't have specific coaching education for coaches of different age
At
groups,
every levels.
and it is infrequent. We don't know when the next coaching course will be held in Ghana. So when it is supposed to run like an academic year, you know that every quarter you have a course.
You see, if you sack Oti, look, if this man had come to meet Oti Akinte,
They would have worked well together.
oh Charlie,
Coach, they won't work well together because the person who implement what they are doing won't implement
That's
it.
the issue.
That's the issue, no? That's what I'm saying.
And then this is the other thing he identified. He said in Ghana we have inadequate training on functions, roles, and responsibilities for different coaches' positions.
Faint. The point is, somebody has done the research for you. That's what I'm saying, that the system is rotten. Why is it that when they go to Congress, the football people are not putting pressure on the leadership to implement this for the good of football?
Do they care?
That's the issue.
Fence.
And then look at this last point. Your
Go
time
on.
is up.
Go on.
The last point, he says, our general weakness, the last point, number 8 or so. And this is important. It says lack of proper screening of potential coaches. And you see, that is what the Europeans do. It's not everybody that is interested in the coaching. Some of them have the talent, but they don't even know that they have the talent.
So you need to fetch them out. You need to go
How
after.
many points? How many points do you read?
You need to
8.
go after them.
Don't add some.
There is no miracle in this work.
There isn't. It's very obvious.
It's common knowledge.
Abba.
It's common sense.
Yes.
If somebody knows
Friend, let me see
anything
something.
about
There's a
football
page I read.
and doesn't know these things as the problems in Ghana football, that person doesn't think. We didn't need any German.
Come and tell us this thing.
It is common
We
sense.
have been saying it before the German came.
This thing that the guy put together, it is
wrongly
look,
deleted my copy.
look, it is
Send it to me.
it is so common. It is so basic in the problems we have with our football. This man didn't even need to do research. He only had to sleep,
That's what we knew.
observe, and point it out. I'm not downplaying his work. I'm saying that
No.
the problems are so glaring to the extent that the GFA must be wicked.
No, man.
Must
They
be,
are wicked.
must be bad at what they do.
They are wicked.
They must be terrible.
Don't
to
you
not,
to me. There's
to not
darkness
attempt,
in their brains.
to not attempt
These people.
to fix these issues because these issues
Are
are
so
so obvious and glaring.
Yes.
You see, there are some research that you do that you will review something like, I
Wait,
didn't
no,
realize
no.
it. I didn't realize I didn't pay. But these ones,
Very obvious.
Oh!
He's staring at us for
Coach is
years.
what? It's clear.
these ones
I mean, nah.
that we don't have structures, that our coaching education is terrible, that we don't have proper functions.
We don't
know how to
identify
develop
we don't
players.
coach them. We don't train them on different functions.
Friend,
Bugger,
have
you
you
don't need
sent
this
it?
document to know.
Friend, have
If
you
you're a
sent
serious FA,
No, hold
if
on.
you're a serious FA president, when you sit in front of your desk, these are the things that are on your board.
like
in
you
the
said,
office.
that is where the job is. So,
It's on your desk. And just
sit down in
you know, be
front of
suits,
desk and work.
then walking around.
You have your
and
board.
making.
You just highlight
These
them.
are the problems. This is how you're going.
Stick at them.
This is how
Then
you're
you
going to
take
solve
this one,
them.
you solve the. You deal with it. You take the next one. You
Now that you see, I like the way Coach started. I like the way Danny has entered, and it has all set. Look, if you are watching on YouTube,
Finish.
wherever,
Icardi,
look,
finish.
We appreciate some goal scorer. Our
That's
players
right. Icardi.
pass.
Prayer.
Fence. People don't. You know me. I don't attack personalities. It's not in my nature.
No.
what's
But people don't understand why I have deliberately decided that I will start mentioning names.
Of course.
That's me. I'll start talking about the people who are the real problem of our football. Look, Ketokreku is not a good leader. One.
At
Like,
all.
Not even in football. Like, you leave football aside.
friend,
When
when you were at the former station, You were there when we were
At
doing the
City.
campaign at City. Isn't it? Doing
It was the only one we brought to Panorama.
You remember I sat by him,
Yeah.
I told him that he can't do the job. Secho, did I look when he came on Panorama, autonomy here. Okasa, after doing all his
I was in
jobbing,
Doha. I wasn't there.
Yeah.
I told him
He brought a
that
game
you
changer document.
cannot do this job because all the things he was saying were not practical things.
Look, Fence,
Were not practical things
Ket Okreku is not a good leader.
at all.
You see,
What?
he is somebody who lives on a high horse and doesn't see the realities on the ground. When you're on the high horse, you as a good leader, you need to get people who are able to tap you on the horse. That boss, look down. There's a
Shafum.
problem here. Can you fix it? But he's put himself on that horse, and everyone else is so below him, and they are all yes amasa.
He's running it like a king,
Look,
like a dynasty.
It's just a masangwa.
and this
Yeah,
is the problem
that's what
I
I'm
have.
You dare not put him.
Like,
You dare not say no,
like
no, don't go.
autocracy.
Let me tell you, who is Ket that he thinks he can stand in front of professional footballers and,
And just
talk to them the way he
rubbish.
did. What has he done in
That was
football?
bad.
Who is Ket Okraku?
That was bad.
Do you know why? Do you know why? Personally, I don't respect the process through which he became the FA president. Because, excuse me to say, but the fact is, those who vote for people to become FA presidents, they themselves are poor and terrible at running football. That is why our clubs are what they are.
Yes.
That is why our leagues are
But
what they
those are
are.
the people who are running those clubs.
That is why the talents we get in Ghana are what they
so-
are.
yes.
That is why we don't have the quality players in our league. These are the same people who sit in the room and tell you Ket is your president. So Ket
So those people themselves have to be examined.
They have
you see,
problems.
and that is what Danny says.
Problem.
That
They
is
have
what, that is
problems.
what when Danny says the structure we are operating is wrong.
The
and it's a
system is rotten.
That is the problem. Because in any serious structure, Ket shouldn't even think of running. Shouldn't have thought of running for the second term.
At all.
And
They have
and
not
he,
put
And let alone
he even
put
went
in
unopposed.
Look,
So even went
Midonyame.
unopposed.
If Ketokreku makes the attempt to change the constitution of the for him to run for the third time, you people, you see what will happen.
The Congress, they'll table it at the next
I
Congress.
said
Wait.
they should dare. Football will turn upside down.
Sicho has said it. The football people
They
go
are
and
going
vote
to
for
do
it.
it. There are people who will vote.
This is the
See,
same issue we have with the system that they're talking
I'm
about.
telling you that
system will go and put it
that
in.
system, every football person watching,
They're the ones you should talk to.
every football person watching Malam Go project. If you dare,
Malam Go podcast.
What's
What's the
Malam
project?
if you dare make the attempt to adjust that thing that will allow Ketokreku to go for the third time, government, whatever government it is, government will interfere. Me, you can bet your last pesewa on it. Some of us,
You lay your life for that.
Midonyame. Ketokreku, after all this disgrace, he want to change and go for a third term.
Change the statutes.
He should dare.
Hey, coach.
Me not
calm
be catch
down.
you. You should die and see something. You think that we don't have men in this country? After how many years has he left? 2 years, eh?
Yeah.
He came in
2026. He will go 2026 by April, I think August there about.
Yes, August,
He's finished. After this disgrace, he's finished. The World Cups will not qualify. Then he should.
How long will they take?
It's 4. It's 4 years per term.
No, the voting was, listen, it's 4 years. So
Last year.
he took the second term in 2023.
So
Yes.
2027.
So 2023 October. So
you go 2027.
25, 26, 27.
2027.
October.
So
That's when the election
he's in
was.
the first. He's actually the first year of his second stint.
Yeah, he literally just did 1 year.
Yeah.
Can't, didn't he?
So he
Yeah,
can't
27.
3 years.
He's left with 3 years.
Left with 3 years.
How are you counting the thing?
He
Because
took
last
last
year
year.
was
Last year was the election.
Last year,
Let me
October.
help, coach.
Last year was the
Elections
election.
were last year,
2023.
October.
So 4 years on is 2027.
So this year is 1 year.
Yeah.
Exactly.
October now is 1 year.
Yes.
No matter if it's 3 years left, after the 3 years, he should just exit.
Look, friends,
He
like
should
I was
just
saying,
exit.
Yes, Joe, go on.
the problem. You see, everything is connected. Though. Look, there's a reason why our clubs are not run professionally. There's a reason why we are unable to unearth correct talent and groom them to be ready in time for the world stage. There's a reason why our league lacks quality. There's a reason why individual businessmen who are running football clubs in Ghana can't put up any proper infrastructure to groom talent. Look, these are the same people who will come together, having failed at doing football at their own level,
They come and choose
who come and choose
who
somebody
the president should be.
like the worst amongst the, like all of them are terrible. They'll come and choose somebody among the terrible lots to lead them. And so when they come to this Congress, they tell them, I'll buy you football. They tell them, I'll buy you pickups. I'll buy you buses. And they are
I'll give you
voting.
boots.
Meanwhile, boots and football, you should have it for any single football club. You should have your own bus. Why would anybody in his right senses even think of promising you that?
And you get carried
Like,
away.
he can come and promise you that and he will win your votes.
Like somebody going to tell my gun people that digitalization is not about buying gun kenke. It's not about buying gun kenke. The former president, he looked down upon we the guns. You
Hey,
went.
coach, why you could take them?
I'm telling you, you people, you
No,
can.
I'm saying, why you
Let me
take
take
them
it
as
go.
a fact?
I'm citing another example. You don't go and stand in front of we the guns with all our level of education in this country. Tell us that
Wait.
digitalization. Let me learn.
Contextualize.
I'm contextualizing it.
What? It says what?
He says
That.
they digitalize kenke wobayi. I'm speaking Ghana.
Did he speak Ghana?
He spoke Ghana.
And what did he say?
He said they digitalize kenke wobayi. Si wagame you were coming wa shito keke no mo wakawa you were coming wa shito keke na mo keke gbina.
Translate.
You look down upon my people
translate.
like that.
Translate.
You want me to translate?
Yes, so that
it's better I don't translate.
Back to football.
Translate.
Back
It's
to
better I
football.
don't translate it.
No, because
It's better I don't
if somebody
translate it.
says that digitalization is not like.
No.
Is
He
it a-
didn't say it's not like.
Is that what?
He
That's why I said translate.
let
So
me
I don't
play.
translate.
Let me play the actual thing for you. No, let me play.
You have said it. I want.
You are the problem. I said he said we will translate. I said back to football.
Alright,
You are
back to
forcing him to
football. Let's
translate.
go.
Now he says
I will
he play for
translate.
you.
No,
And then you are stopping.
you say you translate, so keep your.
I will translate.
Go on. Sicho, go on.
I will translate.
Look, so what I'm saying is
Yes.
the problem that confronts us is plenty.
Yes.
And for many of these football people who go to Congress and vote and things, you people are
yeah,
running
digital
football
king.
in this country. Coach.
Well, you're coming.
Coach.
You are telling me, coach. When you were talking about Napo, and I'll stop you. Don't stop me. Let me talk.
Oh, that one was just
Let me talk. Let me talk.
Coach, you
It's okay. So,
Get out. He says,
so
see.
it's okay, coach. You win. Go on.
look,
win.
you people who are running the football, a select few have stolen your votes, right? To only their benefit. Your players are not making it to the, even if they deserve it, are not making it to the youth teams. Your players are not being scouted right because they are not getting exposure. Yet you are sitting down quietly. Why?
It's serious.
Why?
They are not picking. They are picking only their
The
players.
people whose players are being picked are not more than 20 in this country. Meanwhile, they need more than 20 votes to win this. So why are you looking on? Why? Well, then I'm the like then.
Cramps. They feed on cramps.
Jimmy.
And now on the
Jimmy.
and when Danny speaks about the fact that we can have, look, everybody knows me. Everybody knows I'm not a big fan of Otoo. Like I started talking about Otoo when they gave him the part-time job.
they
and
all
he was
can,
coming.
yeah.
Like me, everybody knows that. I've not seen. Look, the reason I'm not a big fan of Otoo is because I've not seen his work. I can't be a fan of somebody I don't know.
Whose work you've not
I don't
seen?
know. Me.
What would be
You
the problem?
You
That's
can't come
my
and tell me.
problem.
Yeah,
That's
I've
my problem.
not seen his work. I'm not a big fan.
That's my problem.
I'm not a big
my
fan of
problem.
Otoo.
That's my problem.
What has he done? Like, what has he done that will be? I'm not. So, but that's aside. Danny explains brilliantly why even coaches that have seen their body of work have come and have failed.
Yes. Yes.
Look,
Yes.
then a 20 coach, Desmond,
Yes.
he's likely to fail.
And
He's
it's not
very
because he's a bad coach.
because of stupidity.
Yes.
And I said it earlier. How do you, in your right sense, pick a team that is playing in Togo to Germany to go and play a friendly game and arrive in Ghana or in Togo 2 days to the competition? Are you like, what sense does it make if it's
They
just
need to qualify for a very important competition.
Meanwhile, the waffle is your gateway to the African Championship, and that is your gateway to the World Cup. So, which FA, in their right senses, takes a coach and his players who are going to play against West African teams to go and play in a friendly
Europeans.
against Germany and come back and play a tournament?
And guess the backward thinking situ. The ones who actually needed that experience than the 20 women's team,
Yes.
they were rather kept here.
Yes.
while they were going to play in Colombia. And needed
against
experience there.
Yes.
We kept them in Cape Coast.
Thank you.
The ones who are going to play here, and we took them to Germany.
So when I say the thinking is stupid, I'm not insulting. Like, no way, seriously. The GFA president boldly takes a plane. You see, and that is why when Kets speaks about passion, I tell him that.
He just insulting us.
How dare you, Kets? How dare you speak about passion?
How passionate are you?
How dare you speak about passion?
Charlie.
In 2024 and the way you run Ghana football, how dare you?
Passion.
And you see, when we were going for this election, Mr. Randy Abbey, all the executive committee members, all of them were saying Kets had overachieved. Dr. Randy Abbey, if what Kets has done to Ghana football is an overachievement, then there's no failure in Ghana.
Sicho, all what you are saying, one sentence encapsulation for anybody who Sicho is saying that Ket Okreku is the reflection of the football people we have in this country.
No, of course.
That is what
of course. That is exactly who they are.
Look,
That
let
is
me
the-
tell
that
you.
is
When
the people who are
If
running
that is terrible, that people,
Look,
it's
when I was
because
growing
the
up,
people who put him there.
One of the
That's
persons,
issue, no.
That-
That's
one of
the
the persons-
systematic issue.
That's a systematic
one
issue.
of the persons I love to listen to was Dr. Randy Abbey.
When it comes to Ghana
those
football,
days.
Dr. Randy Abe is a totally different person from the one who says to
because
analyze
of
the
that,
political
he's
issue.
lost every.
No, honestly,
Look,
we all have deep respect for him, but when it comes to Ghana football, sometimes
you are no quality.
I
You are no quality no more.
Dr. Randy
Nah,
Abbey
no.
is somebody I thought if you've got people like this in football, they can be the people who would be like, no, that is wrong.
Ajigon.
yes.
No, we won't go with
Ajigon.
that. So I was always happy we had these personalities around our football, only for me to be stunned that they are a part of the
How
problem.
do you go to a parliamentary select committee and tell them that
The people have to be rewarded.
should be given $100,000
Because it's success.
When the team doesn't perform, they are blamed. So when the team performs, they should give them the money. But in your own wisdom, don't you see that money should not be going to an individual's pocket?
So it's a problem. Look, and friends, we are joking in this country, and we need to be very careful, right? We need to, because it will boil over, and these players these Kudus, these Kamaldins, it will get to a time for their own good. They will have to mentally stay away from the Black Stars.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Yeah.
For their own good, they might have to.
Actually, that time has come.
No, yeah.
Let me tell you something.
You were saying it earlier.
Look, you see, the thing is that for some of us, and Daniel knows this, coach knows this, there's just a very few number of people who have as much fella about our national team or our football administration as I do. But I just choose to. Sometimes I just don't like to talk.
Yeah.
There are times I even blame you for
not
not giving me
saying
feelings.
things that
There are
I
certain
know.
things, if you cannot say, just
You
tell
see,
me, I'll say it.
That's the thing. But we talk to they talk to us. The things we know as journalists. If we want to fully communicate everything we know, there will be total collapse of the system. We won't have a national team. From all the travel, from all the camps, and all the things we have seen and heard. If we want to speak about everything we have seen and mention names, there will be no football in Ghana. You speak about the fact that some players will have to stay from the national team for their own mental.
Yeah.
I'll tell you something. The players are already having those conversations
As we speak.
about not coming for the next call up. If some of them even had the chance, they would have flown back
boycotted
after that
the
Sudan match here in Accra.
No, after that psychological blasting.
After that game, after that session,
that blasting.
some of them wanted to leave. In fact, did you know that after the game against Niger, in the dressing room, the
was
things
worse.
that happened, the conversation
I
that
kept
happened,
here
one
was
player vexed and said that the whole team was a disgrace to him from management, picked his bag and left to go back to his club. When players don't come for national team assignment and they assign all kinds of reasons for it, it's not necessarily because that is the reason. They just don't want to be
just
there.
want to stay
And I'm
away
saying
from
that
the
next time,
rotten
the next
system.
caller, you watch and see. There will be so many other players who will not come for the national team.
bet the man
Look,
say
Kudus Mohammed did not want the number 10 jersey.
He never wanted
He
it.
never wanted it.
You see, you people, Ghanaians, and I saw people blaming the boy. Oh, why is he going to take number 10 jersey? The boy cried.
Ọsí ọ̀nṣẹ́
He said he doesn't want it. I'm telling you.
Ẹ̀dúró náà mú kọ́tù yẹn dúró. Kudus have to wear number 10 for us to win. Oh, Kudus have to wear number 10 for us to win. Ajigong, méjì mi ní so, Ajigong,
See,
Ajigong.
And we see people, and people say all the time, the journalists are part of the problem. The
Sure.
journalists are part of the problem.
They don't
Yes,
know.
there are some people who are part of the problem. No,
No,
that one day I'll tell you the truth. Because there are some journalists who are just agenda boys. I don't call them journalists.
No.
I don't call them journalists. There's a big disease. There's a big difference between being a broadcaster and being a journalist. He can be a wonderful broadcaster. Sicho says it all the time. He's a wonderful broadcaster. But he's not a journalist. So he doesn't pretend to have sources, to have information here.
This scoop that you brought me, I don't go here. I'm a broadcaster here.
He's not the fact that you can sit on radio and do analysis, and you can be a very good radio analyst, pundit, but you are not a journalist. You are not a journalist.
When have I taken it for myself to be a journalist? When they are asking, look, go and talk to
exactly.
the people are there.
Nimli is not a journalist.
Go and talk to the people. I'm not. I'm just with them, but they come.
Yes, it's a pundit. But you see, so there are so many people in our business that are not journalists that you include into the list of journalists and say journalists are the problem.
No.
So when you are choosing and deciding who you think is a journalist, please go through the criteria and see whether the person meets the criteria of a journalist.
Fence. See.
So I'm saying that, yes, Sichu, I'm saying that journalists we are not perfect. But even for the pundits, a lot of people have spoken the truth for so long. Now, it doesn't mean that all of us, when we come and sit here, everything coach says we must agree.
No.
And so if we disagree, we are dishonest.
No.
That is something that I think some people don't know. It's like when we disagree with a position,
Then
it
you are-
means that
no.
you are. Yes, there's something called balance. In everything, you have to find a balance. So it is not possible that everything coach says about the GFE, that he sees nothing good about them, that me, sitting from my journalistic position, knowing the work that I have done, and knowing what I know about the FA, I know that it is not everything that is rotting about the FA. That is fact. So if you make a sweeping statement that there is nothing good about the FA, I will stop you. Because I know that there are some good things.
But right now, they're Ajigong.
That is what a journalist is supposed to do. So I don't care about what you say about if we disagree or if we say,
Charlie.
oh no, don't say that. Then you say you are being dishonest.
But wait.
Fence.
If that is what they want, the one coach talks, then we'll just go out.
Then we will go home.
Then coach can do
No, fence.
Otoo never.
Fence. Look,
Continue.
the solutions are few. It's either the GFA president is no more the GFA president, or he completely changes the way he's running
No,
football.
he won't change. That one day he won't change.
No, I give people.
benefit of the doubt.
I can give you 100 opportunities.
Once you are still in the job, we can hope and pray that you change.
Look, sometimes you need to be extremely bad.
You will see what will come and tell us.
See,
You
that,
see.
that's why me have said when he speaks, after honestly, when Kurt is speaking, and I know his people are watching, send this video to him. When he's speaking, after a few minutes, everything else is noise. Because he thinks of himself as a great orator. So he never really prepares himself to speak. So he doesn't speak to script. He doesn't have speeches prepared
For him?
He comes and speaks from his head. And
He
most of the
doesn't
time,
rehearse.
the things he says from his head, it be some way. When he went to speak to the players, it was the same thing.
Rubbish.
He went to Congress and told them that
Rubbish.
he has documents that implicates many of them,
Many
but
of
he
them.
decided not to use it.
Rubbish.
And things like when he speaks every time, some way, like it's
So
some
like
way.
he's keeping blackmail documents. Like how
Yeah,
did he
like
say that?
the guy when he speaks off his head, and listen, I'm like, I feel sorry for sometimes those who work with him because I've seen how he treats
imagine.
some of them.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I've seen how he does it, and it's a reflection.
Like children.
Like the same
way
way
he was talking to the same way he was talking to the players.
Yes, they
like,
blast them. Yes,
you know,
Samasa.
and it's
And
a
they are
reflection
sentiment.
of how our football is being run at the moment. People don't have the freedom to work. People don't have the creative minds to
being
work,
told what to
and
do.
everybody is being massa. Everybody is being under pressure. Look, Mr. Ketokreku, you have one of the finest opportunities in the world to run a football association as glorious as the Ghana Football Association. You've been in this job for 5 years, but we've not seen your progress in CAF level. That in itself should tell you something. Look, when you take this job, we want you to
He's
grow.
Wafu president. Wafu.
Shall I say CAF level? We say Wafu. What is Wafu?
Wafu to calf.
No!
Fent.
5 years. Wafu
I mean, are
Zombie.
you all?
I know he's Wafu Zombie president. I know he is that. I said CAF. What is Wafu Zombie? Wafu Zombie is 7 teams. 7 national teams. And then
Yeah, to me qualify. Yeah,
Wafu Zombie don't play a friend say senior national team football. Wafu Zombie plays Chan, plays U20 and plays U17 for all the national teams. I'm saying that at least when Kwesi was here, he was making progress to CAF. He was carrying people along, and we're growing as a nation. Look, the lack of knowledge that we have in this Ghana football is as a result of the lack of progress we are making. No?
Yes.
People need to rise to the top
But
to
in
be
fairness,
exposed.
Ket, it's 5 years. Even for Kwesi Nyantakyi, like you're saying, he became JFA president in 2005. It wasn't until 2011 when he first became a CAF ESCO member.
No. He became a CAF ESCO member in 2011. But
yes.
before that, he was prominent in African football.
Yeah,
and but that's what I'm saying. But you know,
what's the prominence?
Ah,
That's why you're
he-
afraid to
no.
being a key decision maker.
no. But he Kwesi, before he went to the ESCO, when other African countries had problems, who were they calling to go and fix it for them?
That was later. Oh.
They were later,
Between
baby.
2005 and 2011.
No, that wasn't later. It is part of the reasons why he got onto the
He
ESCO.
became a kingmaker.
No, don't mix it. One of the reasons why he got onto the ESCO seat was because of what he has started doing
I know
for
now,
other
Meka,
federations.
Is doing.
Yeah, Kasana Ujimi.
Bomo ekpe.
Yeah, 'cause I don't mean to be.
Kasana Ujimi.
Bomo ekpe. Keti pe lo. Worry.
Worry.
Get worry. Catch
Last
worry. Last quick.
Look, thanks.
Worry.
Yes.
Let me wrap my
go on.
let me wrap my
Orisa.
point up, because the gentleman has said everything.
Oh God.
And I'll say it again. I said it the last time and I'll say it again. When you are so dishonest in the way you build our youth teams,
Charlie.
those God in heaven
They don't sleep.
has blessed. Those God in heaven has said that for them they will be great footballers and they will feed their families through football. Whether you call them for U17
You can't
or
change
not,
it.
they will find their way to the top. They will do well in their own rights. The problem, however, would be that because you didn't pick them for the grooming stage, they will pop up to the Black Stars and you won't get results because they would have had no national. Why is Nyama playing for the Black Stars when he has no national team experience from U17, U20? And when he was under 17 and under 20, where was he when we were picking our under 17 and our under 20? Where was Kamaldeen Sulemana? Where was Ibrahim Osman? All these boys who are all of a sudden the people we depend on in the Black Stars that we call on them.
They were
When were
overlooked.
they? When we were calling under 17,
They were
and under 20
overlooked.
players? And these players,
biasness.
Hold on.
Abu
guys.
Forson.
Was Osman part of this team?
Osman
Yeah.
Ibrahim.
He was part.
No.
No, he was
Ibrahim.
replaced last
He was,
minute.
he was replaced. He wasn't
By
part.
Ibrahim
But he
Sane.
was called, but he was replaced.
Yeah.
Look, all of these players, some way, somehow, and we always talk about
Abu Francis. All these
Abu
boys.
Fra-
For example, Amankwa.
Amankwa,
They
all
all
of them.
never play at the 70. Just at the 70. No, I'm not a friend.
look.
Ketokreku players in Kwano.
And where are they now? Where is
this
Philemon
thing,
Bafo?
this thing I've been saying this thing.
Oh, yes.
Where's Philemon Bafo?
Oh,
the
they
promise
showed
right
him.
back.
Massa.
Wait, by now,
Philemon Bafo is an example of why the GFA should never call any player and try to convince us to believe, because we don't trust them.
Thanks.
When they called this boy, we told them the boy was not ready. You said he was ready. They called him 6 times. He didn't play 1 minute. In fact, one time we went to AFCON. Hey, we went to AFCON.
And the Yadom he had.
Look,
Yeah.
Yes.
We included his name in the AFCON squad when
Yes.
he was in trial. National team was training to go to AFCON. But Bafo was so good that we allowed him to go and do trial
In Portugal.
In Portugal. One national team was training.
Rio Avebi.
Then we waited for him to come to the AFCON and join them late because Oyekafu.
No,
To
it
play
was-
player.
1 minute.
It was this.
After that, we have not seen a player again.
No, it
After
was the
that-
same.
That same AFCON, when Andy Yadom got injured and Andy Yadom could not run, and they were like, oh, Milo, Philemon Bafo. Milo looked at him, where him from back.
No, that was even further down the line. This was the same Philemon
What is
Bafo.
this?
That we had a problem at right back, and then he was a deputy right back. We had to call Fatah Mohammed from
At the house of all right.
who was off season, who had not trained,
And he was in camp.
and then he went to camp. He didn't only go to camp to then become a backup. He went to camp to start ahead of the player who was training with the team the whole time. So look. Let me wrap this up and make it simple. Fence. For me, my principles are simple. God is just. God,
Oh no,
He is just.
Nyame.
God, He is fair.
Fair.
And God, if He has a plan, it will follow through and it will come through. It is up to you to tie into God's plan. So when God has blessed people with talents and it is their time, you human, don't deny them the opportunity.
Exactly.
I'm not saying that you will get every single player and at under 7 to under 20 across the country. But when you scout the talents, don't use
Pick
your
the
greedy,
best.
your greed.
What did you say? Football doesn't lie. So when you see the talented player, you
Pick
see
him. Pick the players and
You
set
know-
aside your greed.
One of the things they've been doing, when they pick the players go to the national camp and they see somebody's player who is far better than theirs.
They go and poach.
Then they go and poach and compel the boy to
sign for them.
To sign for them. When
he
you
doesn't-
refuse, then they sack your player. From
Yes.
the national
who
team.
does that?
That's what they've been doing.
Who does that?
Look,
They've done it twice to me, but they didn't know the boys of my players. I just decided I will not push.
coach,
them
it's not far off.
Hey.
When Lai was coaching under 17,
Yes.
traveled with a group of players, coming
came
back to
back.
play Wafu. He came and they told him there was a new set
That was training
that
and
is
Pram
training
Pram.
for the Wafu.
Yes.
So you should ditch the team he
players
was preparing.
built and go.
Yes.
Think about it.
Yes.
The team. So that Lai under 17 team, had Lai not stuck to his guns and had not defended his position with the team, he would have ditched the entire squad,
Yes.
picked new players, and those under 17 players who Lai worked with, they would have had to find their own way of getting to the top. These players will get to the top eventually. The players the JV have picked won't. A lot of them might not make it because they are not good enough. In the end, we'll come back and call these players. And when these players come, they are not stupid though. They know what happened to them under 17. Most of the players who are playing in the national team now were players who went for trials at under
snubbed.
17.
We're probably
And
rejected.
they were snubbed.
Their agents were asked for money. They didn't have the money. They cried and went back home. They've managed to become pros. They remember what you did to them. So when you Keto Kreku stand there and talk about passion,
And talk
they
about
look at you and
rubbish.
ask you that, who the hell are you, to tell us about passion? When you had the opportunity of helping us to be, hey, this national team that we have now, how many of the players were helped by the FA, having been given the opportunity at the U17, U20 to make it to the top?
Thank you for the question.
Only one.
Thank you for the question.
On top of my only one.
Only one.
Only the Vision
team,
FC boy.
hold on.
No, the Vision FC boy.
The team that started,
Michael Bedu.
the Ghana team that started the match against Sudan. The Black Stars team that started the match against Sudan. Out of the 11 players, only 2 of them have played for Ghana's youth teams at any level.
Ati and who?
Kudus.
And Kudus have his one was brief for that.
So you have a national team that is made up of 2 players who have ever played at any youth level for the national team. 2 at different levels.
the first
Only
11.
2
The first 11 players.
out of the first 11. The rest of the players, or we went and plucked them from abroad. Either they were born abroad, or we left them and then we found their way to Europe and then we went to call them. We say this all the time. Last week we spoke on this matter and I'm rehammering it. That the cultural deficit and the cultural toxicity that is in the national team now
It's so
is
huge.
because of the lack of chemistry and the lack of unity that was not built at youth level.
Yes.
I recently interviewed Michael Essien.
He said it.
I spoke to him about a goal he and Sule Muntari combined to score
Against-
at AFCON in Morocco against Morocco
At
in a
Accra
group
Sports
stage
Stadium.
game. If you remember that clearly, we
The
needed to
Sule
win that
chip.
match.
Yeah.
The ACN and then Kangaroo.
Muntari just lifted it and Sule wrapped his foot around
No,
it.
it's still lifted in. It's
And then
Sule
Essien.
lifted it, sorry, for Essien to wrap his foot around it and into the back. I asked him, did you practice this particular free kick routine? He says no. He just made a wink and Muntari knew exactly what he wanted.
Yes.
And then I didn't ask him. He said that's what happens when you've played with the player for so long at so many different levels. Because we know that the chemistry cannot be built by those 3 days or 4 days of training that they meet every 3 months.
They had played at under 20 in
In a country
Argentina.
like France, Spain, even now Senegal.
have issues.
Even now England, if you didn't play at the U17,
Nobody's
U20,
giving a look, you know.
U21,
Names you are not good.
I just a nyame. And the
Yes.
See, where were you when they were looking for U17 players that now you think you have a right, they're going to play? Hey, unless you shut up to some level that they don't have. See,
killer
you can be as good as some.
Yes.
If you didn't play, if they didn't scout you on their radar, U17,
That one
U20,
safe.
bro, forget.
That one
When
safe.
Jamie Vardy, let me tell you, when Jamie Vardy was in red hot form,
Look at how he struggled.
It took you know why? Jamie Vardy started playing pro football at 25.
At a later age.
When he was playing for Leicester and was winning the Premier League, it took the English fans. In fact, it became even a local war. That because he's not playing for a big club, they don't want to call him. And they were like, nah, he is not on our radar. That was Jamie Vardy.
Yes.
So
they didn't contribute
they
to his
said,
development.
where were you when you under 17 down in Bob now?
Yes.
Under 20, hey, if you're friends,
So there's a sense of duty.
during the Euros, Mikey Olise, who is now playing for Bayern, France said, relax, go to Olympics.
Olympics.
We'll take some others to the Euros. That is it. Why is Nyama like playing? Nyama was now 19,
No, he's older. I think he's probably 20 now.
right now 20. Why is Nyama in the Black Stars at the time he got the call up? When our under 20 needed to play qualifiers, needed to go to the African Championship, needed to qualify for the World Cup, why was he playing?
With the
You have gone far. We went to,
the
under
under
23
23, you
AFCON.
remember?
Al Kamaldeen, he refused
to
come.
play.
We called Konisdorfer.
Dorfer. He
He
said he
also
won't play.
refused to come.
won't play
He
under
said he
20.
won't play.
We call this boy the striker we use against Nigeria.
Afena.
Jan. He said he
Also,
won't come because
You
you
see?
people have created
You
a
have
culture.
destroyed
You have
the-
destroyed those days. If you are a Ghanaian, in fact, those days people used to follow the
Under
juvenile
17
teams
more
more
than
than
the
the Black Stars. People follow it because
Granted, me, you know me, I'm a juvenile person.
And the reason
That's why my national
and the
teams.
reason we are preaching this whole juvenile football, youth football, you must play for the youth team, is because at that level they spend extended time together.
plenty.
So you build the chemistry there, you build the culture there. So all these issues of commitment and whatever will not be happening today. Now, today, all these players, Sicho just said the premise for the point I'm about to make. That we don't call these players at any level. The next time, the only time we call them is when they pop out at these European clubs. So when you have contributed nothing to the development of these players and you call them to the national team, where is their first sense of duty to their careers or to the national team?
Their careers, of course.
So it may not be intentional, but in their subconscious, they're protecting their careers because that is the investment they have a sense of duty
To make it worse, most of them they were around when we were calling their batch of U17, U20.
So there's
they
also
could
a
see
They
sense
came to
of
camp.
They
You
knew.
declined them because they didn't have money.
They knew
You
they
declined
were
them
better
because they
than
didn't have
those you were
powerful
taking.
managers. These players,
And
they know. They are not stupid. They know.
These are part of the systematic issues that we speak about. You can't just call players from all over the place and bring them to the national team and you expect that they will gel. It won't happen. We talk about transitions. Today, all of you are saying, let's build a new national team. If we get rid of the current players now, and we say we want to build a national team, Sijo, where are we getting the players from?
Wait,
From
for
which
the
youth
way.
team?
For the way.
From which youth
Maybe
team are you going to go and pick the players?
those
Do you
youth team
even
five.
know a single one of an under 20 player that we have in Ghana from the last 5 years, you only know one. It's Haku. Finished. Which of them? Which other under 20 player?
That under 20 is Haku by that one.
From the last,
he had like 7 players in
from
the
the last 5
in the chant. Just say
yes.
What sort of
which
person is
under
this?
20 player? But compare that to the 2009 under 20, and the next 5 years after that.
See, Fence.
They were still in the national team, and even as we
some
speak,
of them played in
Fence,
the
let's
national
not even
team
go
for
for
10
see.
years.
See, for every serious nation at the under 17 level, the whole country, including grandmothers and grandfathers and babies who are born fresh, know that for this 2024 U17 team, the team's hope for the future star is player A. When you go to U20, everybody in the country knows the future star in the U20. Ask any Ghanaian. It was in Ghana. Our U17s, we used to, our striker, Ransford say,
We could tell.
we knew Charlie if he works for him, Sadiq Adams,
We could
if he
tell.
works for Ajiman Bedu, if he works for Abedi Pele's
he
son,
worked for
who was from the
Ishmaelado
block
at
now,
the time,
Andrea,
we could
you
tell.
like we knew that Jonathan Mensah, if he worked for
Samuel
these
Lincoln.
boys,
Samuel Lincoln.
Charlie, if he works for these boys,
Harrison Affo. They were
so
all in local.
we would even follow them post the. So when Adia was going to AC Milan, all of us said that Charlie be some way.
We didn't want him
Because
to go
we
there.
knew that if he works for Adia, Ghana we set.
yes,
If he works for Ransford say we set.
yes.
He went on to work for Rabiu. He went on to work slightly for Rabiu
Yes.
for
For
Ajiman
Ajiman
Bedu,
Bedu,
for the Yayu,
Nkum.
for
The day,
Nkum.
for Nkum.
He worked for a couple of them.
Jonathan
And
Mensah.
Jonathan Mensah. And we were happy because we could follow. Look,
I
this
cried when this boy got injured and we didn't get the best out of him. Opoku Ajiman.
Opoku Ajiman.
Oh, yes.
We're also frustrated about it. All of us were.
This guy be
All of us were. But right now,
Charlie.
our under 20 team who are preparing for Wafu,
Get
a
to
tournament that
players.
takes us to, we don't even know.
They have dreams.
who
FC,
the next-
Vision
Yeah.
FC
Who
You
the
plays.
see,
Yeah.
and that is the massive disconnect and
The
dishonesty.
dishonesty.
And
It
guess
is the
what?
massive
And guess
dishonesty.
what?
It's
To make
not
matters
possible
worse,
that Ghana do not have a star boy in under 20 that all of us are looking
and-
forward to
and
watch.
viewers,
It doesn't make
direct
sense.
feeder to
It
the
doesn't make
Black
any
Stars.
sense. It doesn't make any sense.
And make a bust your minds, viewers. Listen to the. Look, appreciate where we are coming from.
These people.
In March was how many months ago? 7 months ago.
Yeah, perhaps 6, 7 years.
In March of this year,
They won Africa game.
we won gold in the African Games with our under 20, playing
That
some
he
really
made
good
he made some work out trying to
No, relax.
He made. You know what he made?
You relax.
You know he made before you do know what he made.
What did he mean?
Old waddies. Old waddies.
They are old.
They were old.
Hold on, let me make
They
the
were
point.
old.
No, even if it is
We're using under 28 to play under 20.
No, but at that
close.
time,
No,
every
let's-
other country too, we couldn't have vouched for their
No,
credibility.
I don't care.
I'm
Do the
not-
right thing to reflect later.
I
know
was
he
even
made-
going-
Aziz is
I was
okay.
even going to say that
Aziz Bikini.
7
Only
months
Aziz you
after we
mentioned.
use an under 20
28
team.
years they play. I know like 5.
a free-
7 months after we use an under
We're
20
giving
team to win gold at the African Games, we are preparing for a Wafu tournament.
We have
and
new
not
batch.
more than 3
Ah,
from that
new
under
players,
20 are in the current under 20 team.
the same
point
year.
I'm
How do you
making.
build a team like
In the
that?
same
That's the
year.
point I'm
In the same
making.
year, 7
because
months.
they know, they know what they
7
did.
months apart.
Where
too.
Kamaldeen Brody?
They know what they
Buying
did.
fly. Oh.
Here you go.
They know what
Say
they
he
did.
go safe. You see, my point is, there were a group of 23 players that went to there. If certain key players from that team are not there, we should not let these boys go to Wafu.
yeah.
When they qualify, Kamaldeen Brody come back. Even Ibrahim Osman, how much it
Yes.
we all know
It's not gonna play.
some of these boys will come augment the side and we are going to World Cup or we are going to the under 20 AFCON. But it's a completely new set.
Yes.
6 months later. So
They
thing-
there you.
why are we
Now
even
in the play blaster. But coffee age no catch. We bring that
We bring
camp player
our
number
American
20
player
we can
number
go win.
He
the
can't
cup.
captain
You
the
can't-
team.
He can't captain the team.
And
go
guess
win the
what?
cup.
The thing about Andre Ayew, he didn't just go to the World Cup alone.
He played African Championship.
In Rwanda.
Yes.
Yes.
He won gold.
He
played
can't win
African
gold for
Championship.
Africa.
Yes.
And listen, stop all the nonsense. Andre Ayew had a club in France.
Ah,
When
he was
we
playing.
forced him
He
to
was
come and
playing.
play.
That time he was in
Avion.
yeah,
something.
no,
yeah,
Ale
yeah,
Avignon.
Ale Avignon. He had gone on less on loan from
What
Marseille.
are you talking about? What are you talking about? The same FIFA existed. We had a 19-year-old who could play for our under 20. We brought him. We said, leave that club football and come and play for the country. He came to captain Ghana to gold at the African
Gold in
Championship.
Africa. Gold in the World Cup. Then straight to the Angola
because
tournament.
What are
there
you
was
talking about?
a certain degree of honesty in the system where he knew that when he comes into the team, he's come to play. Look, this Nyama and Koe, they know that when they come, they're coming to play with Kets boys, so it's waste of time. They know. You think Nyama, if let me tell you something about the beauty of life. The beauty of life is succeeding. See, the beauty of life, when you are succeeding around people around your age, it's beautiful.
It's nice.
You Nyama, you know that another 20. These are my friends, and they are very good footballers. In fact, the fact that you go to camp, you all train, you know yourselves, it's a good feeling. You always want to come back to that and under 17. But when you go to camp, and you know that Danike is a baller, coach is a baller, Fence is a baller, and you have been selected, you're a baller, but you have been selected because you are playing in Lyon. But the other ballers you met in camp, who you know that when you play together, you form a good team, haven't been selected because their managers didn't have money to pay. And DJ Slim and Asaka have been selected because their agents have money to pay. You yourself, who is the baller, bro, you don't want to be part of that nonsense.
Yes, and you don't respect.
You at that point, your mind is you don't want to be part of that nonsense. It is when you grow and you come to the Black Stars that you look at Kurt's face and say, "But you 4 years ago, the proper ballers."
You fuck them up. Right now, them all day.
Is it not part of the reason people like Salisu didn't want to come to the national?
Yes.
Oh
Because
yes.
of the way we treated them at
Yes.
Alfred Duncan played in the under 20 in Turkey.
Yes.
After that tournament,
So difficult.
that group of under 20 players, he's the one who's had the most successful career.
Yeah.
Yet how
He
many caps?
struggled to get into the Black Stars.
You are their mates in France. Their
Pogba,
mates. Pogba, Zuma,
and
Thauvin.
Kondobia.
they were playing for the French national.
Because in that tournament, they called him into a room and told him that you are one of the best players, but you already have a foreign club. So sit down. We want to play some
Markets,
local boys so that you
they
can
also
get
get
club.
that.
The boy said, I will not sit down.
That was when.
In Turkey.
No. That was when. What year was that?
2013.
2013.
Papa them are
Wait,
good.
I'm coming. I'm asking a question.
2013.
Who was president?
The Nyantechi era.
You see the system I'm talking about.
Yes, thank you.
As for the system there,
You see the system I'm talking about.
Yes.
You're 100%.
This happened, I'm telling you. That's
So
why I
some
say
way.
that
Ajigong.
there's so many things
Ajigong.
that as journalists know. If you want to talk let me explain to you guys how journalism works and why some of the information we have, we can't put it out. If I put out this information that I put out today, if I dare and I mention name in the name of I want to name and shame, and I say that this person called the player into the room and demanded that he sit on the bench and for another player to come and play, and the person goes to court and sues me for defamation and says I'm dragging his name in the mud and says I should prove that he said that in the meeting, I have to go and drag the player to come and stand in court. I have to now tell the court that the player told me or this person told me. Now they have to say that person too has to come and confirm and verify that he told me, and that person too has to prove where he got the information from.
That's the issue.
You see how journalism works. So we hear things, we know it's true, but you can't say because if you say and they sue you,
Unless you have video recording.
unless you have video recording or audio recording to prove it. But if you were not in that room, you were not in that meeting, you were not in that dressing room, and you come and say something and mention people's
Obviously
name,
somebody
and they
told you.
take you to court. You're going to say this person told me. Then they call that person to come to court
Say,
or what?
please, I
The
didn't
player
say
should,
it.
the person who told you he should leave his work and come and stand in court and say, yeah, I told him. But even that person who come and support you that they told you, what is their evidence that what they told you
It's even true.
Do they have video? Do they have audio?
Ajigong.
That's how Coach. So right now you say we should sack the people should resign.
Yeah, they should resign.
Okay.
Because look,
Granted,
if
you
they are
say
truly Ghanaians,
if they resign,
no,
The system will give birth to
give birth to
another
a new
monster.
rocket.
they should resign and the government should interfere.
that's it.
We need a strict government
gov-
policy that
policy
will guide the
them.
way they use the money.
Or
That
else-
will- or else.
They should forget it.
Okay, guys, Yabre.
Otoo neba no.
There's 2,500 people who are currently watching us right now. But guys, it's 9 p.m.
The song will take start.
All 4 of us have wives.
Relax, like the song will take start now. The song that we started with now.
Which one?
The Telemo one.
The Telemo one.
Aje. Oye musufe.
No, be that one.
Which one?
The one we were singing at the beginning.
Wait. Let me go to the stream.
But Telemo is the one I wanted him to end.
No. Me, I want the one we started.
So guys, that is our show this evening. We've been speaking for 2 hours.
Oh, make no end now with the
We
classics.
appreciate-
Charlie, you know who is watching all the way from the UK? No. He be GFA staffer, but some way. But he be correct guy. He might be.
Oh, is this
champion commentator?
Hey.
Champion commentator. Do you know?
Yeah, so many are friends. Of course.
Yeah.
But I thought he was in
Benjamin Willie Graham.
I thought he was in UK.
In the UK.
Okay.
He's watching all the way from UK.
Yeah. Chief Pele says he's watching with his wife.
The Bayawa one.
Okay. No, not be the one, you know.
Yeah, and you see, he makes a good point, right?
No
He sent me a message. He said,
We are losing by the grace of
God.
Shabu bawayawa. Get it.
No tension.
No. Trainer scout.
No tension.
Uh-huh.
We are losing by the grace of God. Shabu bawayawa. Trainer scout. No tension. We are losing by the grace of God. Shabu bawayawa.
Charlie,
It's Graham. He says that he actually left the GFA, so he's no more with the GFA, so he can't speak his mind freely.
I know why Kurt is in. I know why Graham is in the UK.
Oh yeah, me too. I know.
He's chasing things.
He's learning.
No, but it's important.
He's learning and doing things. Charlie, say hi to baby girl for me. Great, I'm really good.
Yeah, but Graham speaks about the calls coming from schools and all that.
Yeah.
No, but you know, there's a disconnect between the GFA and the school system. We play, you know, the middle games, they still play. The GFA and the some coaches are never there.
They don't go to watch. No, Keto Kroko was selecting the players. Has he selected his players before he would select somebody's players?
Malam Go podcast. Cheers, guys. We appreciate you.
Trainer scout.
Constant.
No tension.
So that's it.
We
will end with this
by the grace of God.
We'll see you guys again next
Shabu Trainer scout. No tension. We are losing by the grace of God. Shabu Ajigong. Aye. Oye musun fẹ́fẹ́ eṣẹ́gbọ̀n mọ́tò bá gbé mi yé. Ayé. Oye musun fẹ́fẹ́ eṣẹ́gbọ̀n mọ́tò bá gbé mi yé. Kọ́gbé mi ta télémọ́ kẹ́tì télémọ́. Kọ́gbé wá ta télémọ́ kẹ́tì télémọ́.
Thank you very much, guys. We'll see you next week. Cheers.